Yeah, what's up with it, man? Oh man. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back, man. Y'all, what's up with it? What's up with it? What's up with it? Jump on up in here, man. Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, what's up with it, man? Y'all jump on up in here. Interesting. Interesting. St. Louis, what it do? Say, man, y'all see what time it is, man. It's raining outside, man. But what it do? What it do? Tell me something good, man. Y'all tell me something good, man. Y'all come on up in here, man. We gonna rock out tonight, man. Yeah, we gonna rock out, man. We gonna rock out, man. We gonna rock out. We gonna rock out. We gonna rock out. We gonna rock out. Jump on up in here, man. Yes, indeed. Dewberry in the building. Man, what's happening, man? What's happening, man? It's raining down here in Dallas, y'all. It's raining down here in Dallas, man. But it's all good in the hood, you hear me? What time is it out there? It's 7:57. Yeah, man. I was a phone call. Y'all come on in, man. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let's get ready to talk. Let's get ready to talk about these dummies. Let's get ready to talk about all these dummies around here, man. These old dumb rappers. These wannabe gangsters. Let's sit down and talk about them. Hey, everybody sit down. Come on in, y'all. When y'all come in, hit that like button, man. Say, man, we gonna have a nice show tonight, y'all. I want everybody to come in, sit down, and listen to what's goddamn we gotta be said. I know some of y'all sitting there looking and saying, what happened? Well, guess what? We back at it again. We got Young Thug, we got the YSL, and we got the motherfucking lawyers. Say, man, we sitting around watching some shit. Say, this shit need to be on the most funnest videos. Nigga, we got the lawyer acting gangster. The lawyer throwing cell phones, uh, uh, bringing in goddamn pills. Say, nigga, when I tell you, nigga, this is the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. I ain't bullshitting. So now what I'm about to say is this here. Everybody sitting around saying free YSL. Okay, free YSL. But what do y'all think about this goddamn lawyer? What do y'all think about this lawyer that done put his whole life on the line for some niggas inside of a jail cell that want to do pills? How do y'all think about that man? Do y'all think that's a smart man? Or do y'all think he's a dumb man? Y'all come in and let me know what y'all think about this guy that's sitting around and want a god dog on me. Yeah. What do y'all think about him? When the lawyer said he could come move in with me, I knew something wasn't right. Man, listen. I sit back and I watch that. I sit back and I watch this, right? I realize that you can be a lawyer and still be a dumb motherfucker. You can be a lawyer and still be a dumb motherfucker, man. You can go to law school. So that goddamn lawyer went to college, law school. He done that goddamn lawyer done did all the right things. Only for that goddamn lawyer to turn out to be a dumbass man. Just think about what I'm saying. So I'm gonna ask y'all again. Do y'all think this lawyer is a dummy? Or do y'all think he just a damn motherfucker? Do y'all think this lawyer is just a is he just a damn motherfucker and he loyal to the game? Or do y'all think that this goddamn lawyer, he is a dummy that need to be thrown in the lake of fire? What do y'all think about this lawyer? I want to really know. Hold on one second. I ain't letting everybody up. I'm just letting I'm letting my team up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting my team up right now, man. Y'all know what time it is. Let my team up, man. You know, they might want to come up and rap, but I want to know. I say, man, it's a difference between being a dummy and being down. See, it's a difference between being a dummy and being down. See, I think this lawyer is a prime example of being a dummy. You gonna put everything on the line all because of these motherfuckers that want to get high in jail. Why would you put your lawyer in a position? Why would you put your lawyer, now this is your lawyer. This is the guy that got to protect you. Why would you put your lawyer in a position to lose everything? Not only that's to go to jail, but now the judge is sitting there looking at this case. Now this judge is saying to himself, you know what? These guys is kind of moving like this. Now this is what the lawyer might. Now this is what the judge saying. The judge sitting around saying, now the judge sitting around, and the judge saying this, you know what? I think these niggas might be a little bit more powerful than I think. If they got the lawyer bringing in the drugs in the courthouse, come on now, let's be realistic about this. Or do y'all think now it's another thing I'm gonna ask y'all. Or do y'all think that one of them YSL members told on the lawyer? That's why they shook him down and got the drugs.
I'm gonna
What do
answer
y'all
the.
think?
Okay, let me answer the
What you
first
think,
question.
Mr. Nigga?
Man, it's the man smart and dumb. He by all means, he's got to be a dumb motherfucker, but he risked it all. He tried to risk it all, man. And if he had got away with that dumbass shit, he probably might have been sitting pretty. Uh, in a way, what might come out of this is a mistrial because they can't, he ain't gonna be able to have a proper defense with that going on. Uh, did did somebody put him? If you say I don't know the story really, he smuggled pills in. That
Yeah.
means one of them niggas out on the street that paid that nigga to be the mule. That's
And
all I can see on that part. They done paid that nigga to be the mule, and he was dumb enough to be the mule for the back end money.
and then he throws the cell phone. When they try to grab the cell phone, he throws the cell phone. The cell phone hit the goddamn lawman.
Oh, now you got a hot assault in court.
There he got a assault case
And a dope case.
and a dope
Conspiracy.
case.
Oh, trafficking even. Oh, yeah, that's man. He was a dumb. He tried to risk. He a dumb motherfucker, but he really tried to risk it all. I guess maybe he was a Young Thug fan. Maybe he was a YSL music fan. You know how folks be about their rappers. They fall in love with their rappers.
Yeah. I think his wife should leave him in every goddamn thing just for being a dummy.
So she better make sure she put that money up and tie that money up
Yeah.
some kind of way.
She need to go to
Because
his banking account and get all his money out the banking account.
Fed's
And
coming.
when he call home, don't
Fed's
answer the
coming.
phone. Put it on block and everything.
Yeah, because the feds, cause they gonna think, oh, you got some ill-gotten gains in that account. Feds
Yeah,
coming.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he's a dummy. I think he's a real
yeah.
dummy. But then
We
you
can
know
both
what else?
agree.
I
What's
sit
that?
back and I'm looking at that shit, right? And I'm saying to myself, well, he's a dummy at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Just point blank period.
yeah,
But I'm saying, I wonder if this nigga was been doing that. Because you remember the last time where the dude had some
yeah.
pills.
He tried sliding the pill.
Yeah, he tried to slide the pill. And they got caught up with that. Now all this shit here happening inside this goddamn courthouse now.
Them motherfucking pills a motherfucker, man.
Man,
God
them
damn.
niggas addicted. They some bait, them niggas
Yeah,
dope
they
fiends.
are.
Ooh wee. In
So
the
now,
courtroom,
I'm sitting back saying to myself, this lawyer probably been doing this shit.
and not just for them.
Yeah. So now I'm going off of, I think somebody probably told him, man, yeah, listen. You know the YSL, everybody in YSL telling them. Now everybody telling them, you know how this shit go. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
telling. Now I feel like they going in there saying, hey, listen, I got something for y'all. The lawyer is bringing in dope.
Yeah.
What y'all got?
Ooh.
And
Yep.
once they went in there and got that, oh man, they're
It's
going.
about to be a big ass investigation.
Yeah. Now,
Oh,
if that's another investigation.
yeah, Mr. Dewberry, you on to something
Look,
there. You cooking with something there, Mr. Dewberry.
we don't even know what was in that phone.
Right, he tried. Well, he was trying to smash the phone. He thought he was gonna be able to smash the data in the
He was
phone.
trying to throw the phone to another lawyer.
Dumb,
Like, you know, when you in
dumb.
school, you like trying
Uh,
to
hot
play
potato.
giveaway.
Yeah. Where oh man, I got to watch the video. Man, you just telling me this shit is enough for me. What's up, shortcake? Go on,
What's
chime
up?
in on it.
I'm
So,
with
okay,
Go on,
what you think
chime
about
in.
this
Blueberry.
gentleman?
This must be you. He must be doing this all the time because I'm having a hard time believing that you just started doing this for YSL for Thug.
Right
Like
for
No,
them.
you had to be doing this already, and that was getting away with it, and you thought you was gonna get away with it this time. That's what I'm
Because they
nah,
thinking.
too
Or he could just
popular.
be dumb.
YSL just so. Why would you? You gotta thought well, I can get away with these minor niggas. So YSL
Right.
should be easy. But YSL too big. That's too big a name to be trying to do some dumb shit like that for.
with all the
Exactly.
investigation going on with him, I wouldn't even
Mm-hmm.
listen, man. This is just being real. You know, goddamn well, if you should use common sense. Damn,
Yep.
everybody with YSL talking.
Yes. Yes.
Man, I can't take this chance. I can't because everybody talking. Man, we
Everybody.
know one thing about this game is this here. This how the law work on these niggas. They'll come in. Hey, you want to talk? You got one nigga gonna be like, nah, nigga, I'm gangster, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you ain't got nothing on me. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Here come Lil Woody. Do you want to talk, Lil Woody?
Boston
Then come,
George.
man, Lil Woody said, nigga, I'm not just finna talk. I'm finna tell.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I'm finna tell on some shit that y'all don't even know nothing about. See, y'all didn't know about Lil John, did you? They
Oh.
sitting there like, who is Lil John? See, Lil John was the one. So look, he already done opened up the case. You got
Mm-hmm.
Gunner. Gunner let it be known, man, we a gang. I want to go home.
Right.
Now everybody coming out.
That
Now
opened it
here
all up.
they started saying, y'all want to play tough. Y'all, I don't want to talk now. Y'all going to court. Now you got a nigga down there saying, man, I don't want to go to court. I got some information. What's the
Mm-hmm.
information? Uh, the lawyer bringing in drugs. What? What?
We don't believe you, fella. You got to give us some type of information. You got to cue us in some kind of way, guy. And then a little bit like,
So serious.
and then it just popped on up.
Man, them niggas ain't trying to hear, man. Them niggas is say, man, I don't know what to say about them niggas. But boy, listen, they done fucked up.
Man,
Boy,
at this point, anybody who still think that gangster shit cool, man.
She did.
It's no, it's the cool part. It's loyalty and honor amongst that gangsterism and that
I'm watching that shit
yeah.
out here. Say, man, y'all know what short cake and six? Say,
What's
listen,
up?
man,
what up, six?
I got a
What
motherfucking
up, yeah?
show that we about to have over here, y'all. Man, y'all, it gonna fuck y'all up.
For real? Okay, you get me excited.
Listen, I got it's a female. It's crazy how this happened, right? It's a female that was locked up, but she wasn't locked up. She was a guard in TDC, but she was on the unit, one of the units I was on, right? But she also was on a couple of more units, right? Ooh, boy, she got a story to tell. She finna talk about everything. Man, listen, she finna talk about, say, man, when I tell you that these gangster niggas, Y'all be hearing me talk about it, right? See, y'all be hearing me talk about it, right? But now listen,
Yeah.
now this is the whole different scenario. I talk about it when niggas be like, yeah, man, now we got an officer, female officer, that work with all the officers, that know about the warden, that know about the captain. Remember, I was telling y'all about how these niggas got to be the only way you can work at it with a captain, major, and all that. Man, we got a motherfucking officer seeping to break all that shit down to y'all.
Wow.
Man, seeping to break,
That
seeping
was
to
in the
break down how all these tough niggas, uncles, and all them niggas. Yeah, yeah. How them niggas got, yeah, ooh, man, say, it's gonna be a bad motherfucker. I think, say, I, I think these niggas gonna get mad on this. They gonna get mad on this, y'all. Yeah, yeah. So I'm just telling y'all to be prepared, man. We got a show coming up. Show gonna be real. It's gonna be ready, man. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be some. I'm talking about. It's gonna be some Bob, Bob. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But see, we finna bring. I told y'all, man. I've been around too many of these niggas that's playing gangster, and these niggas ain't gangster. Yeah, I've been around too many of these niggas playing gangster, and they don't want to come out and talk about what's really going on. So we finna bring in a whole lot of people, and we finna get down to the nitty gritty. Now, just like we
We're
get
just gonna
down to,
talk about it.
yeah, we finna talk about it, man. We finna talk about, just like right now, we talking about them gangsters, YSL, Young Thug. Nigga, them niggas is so, man, I'm talking about, I'm watching that shit, I'm saying to myself, man, this shit is crazy. Hey, man,
I
this
can't
shit is
believe that
crazy,
lawyer
y'all.
done that. Somebody told on that lawyer though.
Mm. Somebody told on
Somebody
that lawyer.
definitely told on that lawyer.
Now, who you think told on that lawyer?
I'm gonna say I don't believe it was Thug though.
You think it was Gunner?
Possibly, possibly,
Mm,
Or
possibly.
because
but
you
why
think I'm
gonna
bullshit?
tell?
Because you got to realize
So
Gunner
he ain't
behind
gotta be
them.
in that shit at all.
Yeah.
Thug wants a pill.
Mm.
He already out free, so he can keep walking.
So
Remember, they said they
somebody,
can still bring him back up on the stand. Remember, and he can still do time.
you goddamn right. That's why I'm telling y'all. Somebody told on that lawyer. Watch when it all come out. These niggas
That's
ain't
why they be killing them snitches. That's why when they get out, they you supposed to get them
say,
quick. You feel me?
these niggas ain't lawyer. Man, these niggas ain't lawyer. These niggas ain't lawyer. These niggas say, you know what? And I'm gonna be straight up. When the way I look at it, all of these niggas wanna draw on this shit because Young Thug got some money.
Hmm.
That's what this all about now. So when I sit back and look at this shit, right, I don't feel sorry for these niggas. Y'all chasing the money. It ain't
Yeah.
about no real niggas no more, homie. I tell niggas every day, it ain't about being a real nigga no more. That shit is extinct. Being a real nigga is extinct.
Yeah.
You got females. They don't even like real niggas no more.
Yeah.
Man, you got females, they falling in love with these old fake ass niggas.
There's a lot of fake ones out here.
Now for
Uh,
real.
you done fell in love with them fake ass niggas too, Sharkay?
I was gonna say, who I know you ain't.
Sharkay, six. You done
Don't you
fell in love with
say
them. You
don't
done
play
fell
with
in.
me, Dewberry, before I push you down, before I jump on you. You know, before I jump on you, Dewberry, don't say me, cause no,
Yeah, yeah, man.
you
I'm
know I
trying
can't
to,
even no.
man. That's why I'm telling y'all, man. Everybody falling in love with this old fake ass shit now. Everybody is. I ain't bullshit. I'm telling y'all the truth. Listen. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. So when I see this YSL case, I see how
Yeah.
everybody turning on each other. I'm happy it's happening. I'm happy.
I know,
I
so
want
people can really see what the fuck going on, huh?
goddamn right.
Mm-hmm.
It's showing the world y'all following these niggas. Man, listen, it's a difference between you a good rapper. Nigga, I like you as a rapper. That's it. Man, you a good
Right.
rapper, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. My nigga go hard. You a good boxer. Okay. My nigga, he a good boxer. That's it. I'm not finna worship you because you know how to box good, or if you know how to rap good, or if you know how to sing good. I don't
Now, for
worship
real.
because you don't really know what's going on. Because at the end of the day, them niggas trying to make money. So when I sit around, I see these young niggas, and I'm explaining to them, they only rapping. They now, homie, but they really like that. Okay, yeah, they do crime, but when they do crime and get caught, this is the repercussion. All the
Mm-hmm.
schools need to have YSL as a learning lesson.
For real.
This is
Yeah,
YSL.
he gonna have to do some time. Like how Boosie had to bring him 8 years. How many years did Boosie do? 8 or 10?
Hey, Boosie, hell no.
He had to do something like that. He was gone for a
Was
while.
it 6 years or something
Now
It
he
like
was
was
that?
like
something like that.
five.
He was gone for a minute.
Yeah, he was fighting. He didn't even get no time. He just was fighting
He
the
was
case.
just sitting in jail.
Yeah, he was
Right.
fighting
Oh,
the
He was in
case.
jail fighting.
Yeah,
It took
yeah,
him a minute.
yeah, but they know what they doing. Man, one thing about it, see, this what make the case look bad now though. Your lawyer got caught bringing in drugs.
I would have fired his ass soon as he told the judge, that's cap. Nigga, man, come here, dude. Huddle up, huddle up, huddle up. Bitch, don't get up there. My life is on the line. Bitch, don't get up there talking about no ass cap to him before I smack your motherfucking ass. Bitch, talk with that education you got, ho. Bitch, leave that up to me. Bitch, don't get up there telling no judge ass cap, bitch ass. Oh man, I would have blew. No.
Ain't the judge black too?
But do y'all
He
think
told me,
say now? Do y'all think the lawyer gonna tell though?
well,
mm,
he know the law, so I don't know.
I think he gonna tell something. I don't know if he gonna tell it all. He gonna tell somebody gonna get thrown to the wolves.
but do he
Somebody
have
gonna
to
get thrown.
tell? Because I mean, isn't that like client private privilege or something like that? Like,
Well, you can't
He
tell
No,
them,
with
trying to
say,
cover
his
his
end.
ass now.
but you can say like say they ask you who you bring the drugs in, how long you been bringing the drugs in.
oh, that part, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So do y'all think he gonna say, you know what, man, I'm gonna cooperate, man. This what happened. Cause if he don't cooperate, they gonna try to throw the book at him.
Well,
Unless he
that's
could
cause
find a
for a
loophole or
mistrial, ain't it?
something.
I mean, that's called then whoever who lawyer was it? Thugs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was Thug lawyer.
He better fire his ass. Not fire him, but he better sue his ass if he do flip the script on him. He can do it though, right? I'm quite sure
I
he
don't
can.
know. Mm-hmm.
He don't
I'm
sue.
quite sure he can.
Who was that?
Thug can sue his lawyer
Well,
if he throw him up under the bus and shit. Like the
I
fuck.
don't think he gonna fire. I mean, he can't. The lawyer got a case now, so he can't be a lawyer. They finna take his goddamn board away from him. They board of certification of being a lawyer. They finna take that away from him. He
And
ain't
you said he tried to
gonna be
throw
able
the
to be no
phone, and
lawyer.
what you said he tried to throw the phone, and what happened?
He is a goddamn officer.
That
That's
boy
some
just
bad ass
smart.
luck.
He just smart, that boy.
That's just bad luck.
I would have been so freaking pissed at him. I would have been like, you know what? I would have been over it. Like I
Somebody,
said, when he told the judge, it's cap, I would have, man, look, stop doing it. Man, I would have been fucking pissed. Like, no. Like, what are
Somebody
you
said,
talking about right now?
I'm
oh,
back.
Boy, it's on
they,
that pill.
There go the
they go
teacher.
Boy
Dominique,
was on them
dog.
pills up in that being a lawyer.
I'm back, guys. What's up?
What's
Man, where
up?
you been?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, six. What's up?
Oh, six over there blushing.
Don't you say me. Oh my gosh. Do man,
Six.
y'all
What's
so
up?
messy. Boy,
Six. I got a lot of
yeah.
people mad. I got a lot of people mad with me
Why? What's going on,
because
baby?
I told all of them I agree with the teacher beating that girl ass because I would have did the same
Well,
thing. You
hello.
put your damn hand on me.
Who mad?
First of all, them students will beat the hell out of you. I seen them big ass kids in your gym class. They was finna rough you up and take your phone if Dewberry wouldn't have told them go sit down. But you need to shut the hell up, Dominique. They would have beat the shit out of you. They was already towering over you, and you got scared and cut the lab off. So you need to stop. Now, I saw
Hey,
that
hey,
video.
six. Been doing
What,
this too
what
long. If a
baby?
kid put their hand on me, it's gonna be trouble, trouble, trouble.
You better not do that to them babies. I
Man, but
saw
like
that, and
Dewberry
I
said,
believe.
that's the difference because kids now think and parents think the shit cute, but they don't pay us nothing to be a teacher and to take bullshit like that. You ain't putting your fucking hand on me. I already told my principal that. She said, "Yeah, coach, we already know. Yeah, I ain't taking no ass cutting. I can
See,
tell you
that's
Well,
on
that."
here's
any
the thing.
job. You
Here's
know
the
what I'm
thing, because
saying?
you
Like,
asked me about it, right, Dominique? So I'm gonna say this. She should have had a little bit more self control. The only reason why I said when she took that phone and she seen the student did sit down, she should have stepped outside the classroom with the phone and been like, "I'm taking it to the principal office." And she could have walked down there and fought the principal for that motherfucker. You know what I mean? It was a whole lot of ways to deal with that because I got nieces, and my
See,
nieces had their phone and stuff too. But my sister ain't going for that. They know to cop. My sister would have went up there and got the phone back. It's simple shit. But to go over there and be walking up on that lady and trying to get it back, and then but the lady was too aggressive though. She was slick skirting, and then she can't fight. She swim like a motherfucker with that kid, which she should have. I didn't expect for her to 1-2 piece of. I mean, everybody's different. I mean, I would have definitely put that little baby to sleep, but you don't walk up on nobody like that, and then two. Why was you so aggressive towards the little girl? She was scared. She was like, like you better, she
six,
kind of invited that little girl in her world.
six. But if you look at the whole thing, the lady said she took the girl. She took some other kid's phone, but that girl had a plan that she wanted to do that to the teacher and everything. So it was already planned.
You was
That's when
already
she
playing.
kept. That's
Yeah.
when she kept telling the kids to go get help. None of the kids went over there and got help, and it took for long. She called administration by 3 or 4 times. So there's no excuse when these because nowadays I teach at, like I said, middle school. You don't put nothing past none of these damn kids. So at the end
Hold
of
Yeah.
the
on.
day, at the end of the
You
day,
said she
at
had
it,
it planned. What? How did she have it planned for the? She had it planned for the teacher
But
to take the phone.
because she told the students that she was going to try to go up there and try to fight the teacher. She was going to fight the teacher. That's why, and she told them to record. If you look at the report,
The
that's
report
what
came
happened.
out.
Well,
The report
Was
came
this
out.
before or
So
after she took the phone?
Now
there,
she made that. She already had it planned that she was gonna get into that teacher,
mm-hmm,
and that was she supposed to. She told somebody that already. So
mm-hmm.
so that's the
I ain't heard that part. I
yeah. I,
ain't
I
heard.
heard
did
it.
the
I
teacher
gotta
know
look
this?
that up.
Did the teacher know that though?
No,
No,
the teacher didn't know that. She
the
told her
teacher didn't
peers
know.
that. The teachers didn't know that.
See, it's starting to come out now.
Yeah, so the teacher was right. If a motherfucker come behind me, she kept telling her to get away, get away. There's no way. People don't understand. We as
No,
teacher, we're
no,
human too. So
no.
all that trying to be an excuse and trying to take up for these badass kids. That's why these kids are laying in the grave or in prison because the parents want to pacify their ass and just tell it straight up. When I was growing up, if I had a problem with a teacher, I went to my parents and they handled it. I ain't going to no grown folks face talking about give me my motherfucking phone. That ain't how I was
Yeah, it
raised.
didn't work like that with me. Yeah, my parents
yeah.
actually gave the principal because she knew her, like permission to paddle me. And I was like, man, I'm gonna whoop that lady if she paddle me. And my mother was like, and I'm gonna whoop you. I was like, well, I hope she don't hit me then because I'm gonna beat up.
And six, and a lot of times, we having a lot of teachers outage. A lot of people already was when they want to be teaching, but now a lot of people walking away from it, bro. Because
So
teachers, we don't even have a say so. It's always from the kids and everything, the districts, and they ain't going to protect you as a teacher. But at the
But you
same
gotta
time,
think
that's why.
about it. That's what y'all there for. Y'all there for the
Yeah, because
kids.
they said they let her
No,
go.
we are there for, but we are there for not to get fucking disrespectful. So that's what we there for. So don't give me that we there. We ain't there for to get verbal
If
abuse or get
you're a
attacked.
teacher,
Right,
what are
right.
you there
Yeah,
for?
no, it's
You
not.
gotta be,
It's
you
not
gotta
okay.
teach the kids
Yeah,
about.
that's too much.
Because my thing about it is, and it's not just pointed directly at you. I read it, and I'm hearing a whole lot of grown people just eager to whoop some kids to put them in their place. Really, if that shit would work, we wouldn't have all the problem with the so-called badass kids. It's got to come
Me,
from somewhere, you
me
know.
personally, not to cut you off. I don't feel like that as a teacher. I know a lot of times that we hold to a high standard. I understand that, but at the same time, I don't think we should just go in and say, "Oh, I'm just gonna whoop a kid." But I'm saying if it comes to a kid just outrule, just putting their hand on you, I feel like you got the right to defend yourself. And a lot of our resource officers say that they are telling if a kid attack you as a teacher, you have the right to defend yourself. That's a fact. I have the right to offend myself because when a kid put their hands on you, they become grown. Because when I was taught like that, a child stay in a child place, and a grown person gonna be in a grown person place. Now we done lost respect for that because parents don't hold the kids accountable for nothing. It's always
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yep,
But
I agree with you on that.
say,
I
homie.
mean, when you talk about higher standards, you have higher standards as an adult. A child's brain is not fully developed at 25. So it's like, well, okay, so they bad, and they talk this and talk that. It's got to be a certain point where you as an adult know, oh, I see where this is going. You don't just go back and forth, keep going back and forth with the kid, take the kid phone. Then when you're in the situation where you confront, you squaring up with it. Because I saw the video now. I can talk about it. I seen the video. I still think that if anything, in desperation, just as big as that woman was, just scoot the little bride out the way and leave the room.
Okay, now I'm gonna say
Maybe
this,
you
right?
want to go tell you want to. I'm gonna show this little bitch. Yeah, that's what I saw. Because if it was
Okay,
about defending yourself, you wouldn't have. Once you got her off of you had your big ass on her, you wouldn't have pulled your arm back no more.
okay. Now I'm gonna say this, right? It's another video where a lady grab what motherfucking me, a student hit the phone out of the goddamn me teacher hand. The teacher literally walking outside of the motherfucking out of the classroom. The girl slammed the goddamn door like she trying to lock the
I
teacher
saw
out.
that. I saw that
Then
one too.
she come back. She go to telling this goddamn me, this student, do not put your hands on me. The
See, but
student
that teacher
goddamn
handled it right. Handled it the cool way to me. She got outside the room. So all the other teachers started coming out. She had witnesses and all that shit. Wore those out there with her.
so when I see that, when I see that, she defended herself.
Right. That's
I'm,
defense.
I'm
That
gonna
was
say
defense
this
because
again.
you defended yourself to get out the situation.
I'm gonna say this with the other teacher. For one, I'm gonna say this 188 million times, and I got a son. I got a son, and I want my son to see this what's going on, so he can understand that my boy, if you think you tough enough to put your hand on the adult, you tough enough for that adult to kick your ass.
Facts.
Mm.
Cause you know why? You put your hand on that goddamn police officer,
Gonna kill you.
you gonna be a hump on the ground.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can't
And
take no, I don't care what nobody say. I mean it, I don't care. At the end of the day, you stay in a child's place.
Yeah.
Fact.
You
Yep.
stay in the child's place. And that's the same thing I tell females. When females start running their motherfucking mouth, I tell them, baby, please don't disrespect me like that. Need to
Yeah.
go get your nigga. Because right now, if you put your paws on me, I'ma drag you, hoe.
Yeah.
Damn.
Was
But
I
do
expecting
but
it.
can't
do
I'ma
but
drag
Dewberry,
you.
but Dewberry, they're gonna say, "Oh, you," and this is what a lot of females I hate when they say that you a
I'ma
man,
drag you.
you a man, you shouldn't put your hand on the female, but I'm supposed to say that you put your hands on me.
Man,
No, I don't agree with that.
I got my dog. I got a bully. My dog is trained to protect the house. My dog don't is not trained to say, well, if a little kid breaking the house, don't bite him. My dog ain't trained to where a female come in the house, don't bite her. My dog is trained. When I leave, and if somebody come in this goddamn house, I need you to hem their ass up. If
That's a
you
good
don't
point.
do it,
Yeah, for real.
if you don't do it, you're going to the pound.
Oh, great to hear.
but Dewberry, I'm saying this. I'm just saying this as a man, as a human, and I hate to say this, but as an African American, I love that I'm black. Sometimes we always want to pass the accountability on somebody else instead of looking ourselves in the mirror and saying, as parents, we have to do a better job with our kids because it starts at home. There's no way a teacher should be able to teach your kids the subject and teach them how to behave at school because your child is a reflection of you. So we need to stop passing the goddamn buck and taking accountability and say, if the kid was raised right, she wouldn't have respected that. She wouldn't have disrespected that lady. Like I'm saying, I don't agree with everything the lady did, but I agree to assent that, you know,
What don't agree with what she did?
no, I'm saying to the sense like, you know, people were like, oh, she should have not have pushed the girl hand down or nothing like that. But like I
Man,
was saying,
she stopped.
But she was reaching. She
She
was reaching
stopped.
all in her face, you know?
She stopped. She literally held the girl down and said, somebody call somebody. She stopped.
Yeah. She tried to refrain.
Come
That was
on, man.
after
She didn't want to hurt that
the
little girl.
squabble, man. That was after they were squabbling though.
They didn't even
Yeah.
squabble. If you want to be technical about it, that teacher didn't never hit the girl.
She couldn't fight. She ain't had no hands.
So, with that being
I
said,
said
what
that
did she do?
too.
She grabbed the
I,
little girl, laid her down.
And put her fat
Now,
ass on her.
if that was a teacher from the projects that had hooks and jabs and would have
nah, for
bust that little
real.
girl nose and
Yeah.
broke her jaw, now
Yeah.
that would have been different. This lady just
Definitely.
grabbed her because the lady didn't want no problems like that. She really didn't want
It
that.
seemed like it.
Yeah.
It seemed like it.
When the girl
Yeah.
lady got her hair pulled, the lady like, God damn, and tried to throw her down, got on the ground and stood on. The lady didn't even throw no punches. Look at
I
the
thought I seen
video.
the web on her though when she was on the ground. I thought I seen her like pop on her a few times.
She didn't hit
Cause she
her.
pulled her, she snatched her ass down to
Mm,
the ground
yeah.
with
but
her.
she did
Like,
did
She
do,
pulled
do
back a couple times. Now I
man,
think
then
she
she made
pulled
a
back a
video.
couple.
Then she made a video.
goddamn
That,
girl. He did that girl like this. That girl was like, Then she started saying, y'all ain't gonna do it. Y'all ain't gonna help me. Now we ain't gonna help your dumb ass. You did
I can't stand
that.
you,
Your dumb ass did that. Nigga, no, we all ain't going to jail.
Like, help! Help!
You going to jail, man.
man.
No, I
That
don't
is
feel
so
sorry for that little
funny.
girl. I feel like that video need to be shown all over the schools.
Yeah.
you know what?
I
You
My
know
just
what
son,
Charleston?
my
You
son
know
gonna
what
see
Charleston
that.
going to say? Charleston want to say that's what you do, beat their ass. I beat them kids. Charleston want to say beat their ass. So at the end of the day, that's what these kids need, an ass whooping. Like one of the teachers say, if you act like a grown up, that's what you get treated like.
I
But
don't
what
think Mr.
happened?
Exactly.
Charleston beat his kids though.
What happened to this here
Uh,
though?
I don't
What
think Mr.
happened here?
Charleston beat his kids.
He probably
What
don't
happened
have
to chess
to.
boxing? What happened to chess boxing? Y'all did
Right.
chess boxing when y'all were growing up?
yeah.
Slap boxing,
Yeah.
slap and
Mhm.
chest.
See, I grew up where, oh, you think you tough, little nigga? Come on out here. We be out there, they be slapping shit out of us. Baka,
Oh yeah.
slapping us, hitting us all in the
I told
arm.
my nephew that. Mm-hmm.
Come on, homie. I'm just saying.
I remember one time I was in my old man. He had said something to me or whatever, and I think I pulled a Mob James and I balled up my fist, and he hit me dead in my motherfucking throat. I I folded. I ain't realized what this do. When you chop a nigga right here, I didn't know that. I was a teenager, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think that I don't know about the child's parents or whatever, man. But I think it's got to be something in that household,
It
or
got
either it's
to
got
be.
to be something in that classroom where she felt like she had to show off, like she was either the top, trying to be the top dog of her homegirls or friends, or it's just something lacking in the household.
Yeah.
Nah,
Either
it was
or.
something, my nigga. It was
Mm.
something. And you know
Mhm.
what? And I think that what we got to get down to, man. Like that
Mm.
situation happened. Let's get deep into the situation.
Exactly. Because that's just an effect, like a symptom of the
Like
Yeah.
I
bigger
like
problem.
we had spoke at a group home yesterday, right? We spoke at a group home, and when I say that these kids, the shit they got going on, the shit that's going on in their background, man, I ain't gonna even lie to you. A lot of motherfuckers, man, that shit'll make a lot of motherfuckers go crazy.
Yeah.
I thought I heard you say something about that Dewberry.
Man, listen, homie, that shit'll make a lot of motherfuckers go crazy. And the
What these
reason
kids
why,
experiencing and
man, I'm talking about like I had listened right to these kids talk, and I'm listening to them, and I'm hearing some of their issues, and I'm saying to myself, man, this shit real.
Yeah.
Cause you think about it though, Dewberry, man. Think about it, look at it like this. We know at our age, people our age, that's fucked up. That went through fucked up shit. And think about they kids or they grandkids that's been indoctrinated or underneath that fucked up person or them fucked up people. And so it's got to be like we already fucked up. Then it's going somehow either somebody gonna make the choice and decision to get away from that fucked upness, or they gonna embrace it and double it or multiply it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Facts.
know.
Fact. That's true.
Power on. Bluetooth.
What
But
happened?
hey,
Me.
Mr.
Just call me Flay,
Um,
man. I'm cool. Just call
Mr.
me Flay.
Mr. Flav, I got a question for you, sir.
What's up?
I'm just speaking from you. You say you work with kids.
No, no,
You
no,
say you
no,
work
no,
with
no,
kids.
no, no. I don't work with kids. Shit, I work in the motherfucking factory. I
I got
My dude said we're gonna factor.
I got a question. What can we do as African American to help our youth? Because I feel like what Dewberry said on one of his live, I feel like we so caught up on entertainment and people chasing money that we these young people are missing the season from the OGs. When I was growing up, the OGs was the ones that told you if you was playing sport, young boy, we ain't messing with you, ain't doing no drugs, you can go to school. The kids now don't have the people that they can really relate to because all they see is rappers making all this money, blah 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 blah. What can we do better as a black community to get more involved in these kids' life at a early age?
I'm gonna tell you, and this is one of the reasons why I fuck with Mr. Charleston. You got to get these kids while they little. And it's not necessarily about saving them. You just got to equip them. You got to get them equipped to deal with what they got to deal with out here, and to make the best possible decision they can when they're faced with a certain obstacle. Now you get the younger kids now the older brothers and sisters, they might start seeing something that's constructively happening better for their sibling, and they might, well, maybe I put down my little pistol. Maybe I stop going out here wild with my friends and shit like that, because I see that you're on my little brother, you're on your way to being great. It's not too late for me to try to change my situation around. Uh, it's in my mind. When you hear, because I mean, these kids is listening to that. When you see all these people online talking about, well, the child needs to in his child place, I'd have whooped their ass too and shit like that. These kids is listening to that shit. So what they saying is, oh, so if I'm in a situation like that, girl, that means I got to really bring it to teach, or I really got to bring it to who motherfucker with me. Uh, that's why I say, what I mean, I can understand how people say, well, y'all having compassion, too much compassion, they not being held accountable. But you got to understand, some of these kids don't even know what fucking accountability is. They don't even know how to be accountable for wiping their ass, let alone be accountable for controlling themselves in an emotional situation.
Facts. That's true. You're right about that. That's facts.
So
But do
so
you think? Do you think that, like you said, that was some great points. So you think we reach them at a young age. When we reach them at the young age, but you always have these kids that want to be bad gangsters. So you have the good kids that turn bad because they always feel like you don't give them enough credit, and you mentoring the bad kids. How you work with that? Because you have good kids that turn bad as well, that want to be good, but they see everybody else being bad.
They,
So
they go back to what Charles said: teach them boys how not to get fucked when they go to prison. You can't save them all. That's why I say all you can do is equip them to make proper choices and decisions.
I
I mean,
think
they
a lot
invite,
of
because you
these
can't change
parents
the
got to
environment,
equip. What
right?
about the
And that's the
parents?
problem. Yeah, that's
Because it
that's a
can't
big
just,
problem.
if you just do the kids. I mean, they be in this different program or whatever for a couple hours a day, then they go back home to the same environment. I mean, it's
Right,
gonna switch right
right.
back off. So we need to start empowering the parents or holding them accountable. I mean, it's something that we need to do
Like they
with
don't be
both.
getting enough to eat and shit at home. These chicks be
Exactly.
selling their food stamps and shit. They be hungry. They be irritable when they go to school. It be a lot going on.
And
six.
you
I'm
look
glad
at
you
these
said
parents, they don't know what to do with these kids. These parents don't even know how to be parents. Like these
six.
kids
Yep,
be running over
yep.
these parents. These parents just throw something in their face. Oh, go do this. Get out of my face. Like they don't even sit down and do homework. Like these parents are lost. If you
Six.
actually
Six.
sit
I'm
down and
glad.
look at
I'm
it.
glad you. I'm glad you said that because I had a young man. Is one of my students, man. I know he a single. He got a single mom, man. I do a lot behind closed doors for the kids. I don't really. I don't talk what I do for the kids, but a lot of times I spend a lot of money because the mother don't have a lot of food, so I go over there and buy them food because when he get to school, man, kids pick on them. Me. I don't like when kids pick on other kids because you don't know everybody's
Mhm.
circumstances is different. So I try to plug in the money that I have to try to help, go by and give his mom and them groceries and everything because his dad locked up and it's set. The kid can be something, but he's lost because he don't have his dad to sprinkle that season on him. His mom is
Mhm.
single. And it's something about a kid listening to his father's voice. Not saying a mother can't be a mother, but these kids need them fathers in their life. These single mothers are overwhelmed, and the fathers ain't doing nothing. How you lay down
Mhm.
and have a child with a female you're not taking care of? I just don't understand. And we also got to blame some of these women. Why you keep laying down with these guys that knowing that they ain't taking care of their kids, and you just having kids and everything. So it works both ways, though, in my opinion. I don't know
but
everything,
but
but
you
that's
know
Definitely.
me.
what though? You're right about that. We do need fathers to step up. We need that. I'm not gonna never say that. We need that. But you know one
Yeah.
thing I know about a child, because I once was a child too, is that man, you can literally calm a child down by a mother voice. A mother
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
could control a child like this, homie. And that's facts. That's the reason why. Right now, we dealing with right now. We dealing with a crisis of mothers playing homegirl slash bad bitch
Yep.
slash wanna be Instagram famous. So we dealing with females that going off on all these situations. Now you got this little young badass kid. He don't respect mama no more. Whenever a child, I feel like whenever a child lose respect for mama,
Yep.
They ain't got no respect for nobody else.
It's over
That's
with.
it.
he'll never
That's
have
it.
respect for nobody.
It's over.
Mm-mm.
A nigga
Salute,
could lose respect for
salute,
daddy
salute.
and still have love for mama. And guess what? Cause mama gonna teach him love.
Right.
Mama first teacher. Mama the first teacher.
You got
No,
dog
for
all right,
real.
home. So I always say this, ladies, quit complaining about uh I got a whole ass baby daddy. But damn, baby, how many baby daddies you got? I got five of them.
Oh damn. Which one?
Nah,
Which
that's
one
what
the
I'm
whole
saying.
nigga?
So what I'm hearing is you done had you got five different baby daddies. You don't need to complain, baby. You need to look in the mirror.
Yep.
You need to look in the
Yes,
mirror
sir.
because there's a part of your life that you need to mature. You've been giving your pussy away all this time, and that's why you got five different baby daddies.
Facts.
But Dewberry, they a lot of women ain't gonna say that. They're gonna say that, and that's the difference. You say you laying down with these five different baby daddies, like you said, and you continue to have babies after baby, but you say you want a certain type of man, but a sign of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting something different. If you continue to lay down with the same kind of people that you like, you're gonna get the same different. You're gonna get the same thing. So you have to change our mindset. And a lot of times, the kids are the emperor of their parents, and it just unfortunately, man. We got to do better, man. And these rappers got to do better to go in the community, stop rapping these songs about murder and killing each other and everything, because this is what our kids see. Teachers, we're not teachers and people that's doing positive thing community. We looked at as lame, and it's the game bangers and all that. They looked at as, oh, that's what I'm real. I'm a real nigga if you could do that. It just sad, bro.
It is.
We
It's
need a
messed
whole
up.
elevation of of everything. Honestly, I mean, because there's a lot of issues down
Yeah.
from
No,
the
for real.
rappers to the parents. I mean, to jobs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a lot that need to be done in our community.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Yep.
Hey,
y'all right. Salute to everybody in the chat
what's
too.
up with it,
Salute
What up,
Cross?
Carl?
everybody.
Salute, Cross.
What's
What
up,
up with you,
Cross?
Mr. Nigga? What's up with everybody in there, man? Six. You already know Short K. Mr. A, the teacher, Dominic. Yeah,
What's
now
up, Stroke?
y'all right, man. I think a lot of the big problems is in this day and age, like we said before, that parents or the mamas want to be friends. You know what I'm saying? Like when we grew up in the area, we was always taught one of the things. Mama might joke with you, but when she shut it off, that's when you knew. These kids don't know the shut off
Mm-hmm.
button. So they take that, and when mama's at home and they can hang out and they can smoke and have a bunch of kids and a bunch of people in the house and they talking shit, listen to rap. That's one of the biggest things. Like even kids nowadays, they done forgot that you don't sit there and play no cussing songs and rap songs in front of your mama and daddy. But these kids do it nowadays. So when they go out somewhere else, they look at it like, the old saying is, hey man, my mama didn't tell me, hey, what are you doing telling me? You can't tell me nothing. And I
See,
think
this,
it's
this, this is what I got from that. It's a whole lot of mama and daddy friends. Mama friend, they want to
yep,
they friends. They want to get be more the buddy than the
yep,
authoritative parent. You know, the one that's
fact,
in charge of being disciplined and disciplined in regards to training and teaching and
right.
directing. You
And
know,
that's my thing is the first time you tell somebody, we all know it's like if you got money and you give somebody money so many times, no matter what the bullshit is, the first time you tell them no,
that's when it's a problem. So when the kids go out and the parents and somebody else that's authoritative figure tell them no, they got a problem with it. But the
Yeah,
irony is, if they go to jail, that same person that's giving them authoritative uh, orders, it's going to be the same one doing it to them in jail.
See,
They
but the
see that.
thing with that thing with jail got a process. It's a
Fact.
from the time that you come in there, you sit on that hard concrete. And then from the toilets to the shower, all that shit it's environmental conditioning, and it's also psychological conditioning because you're dealing with the guards, you're dealing with the
Right.
people that's in that motherfucker. Then you're dealing with the loss of the people from the outside. Uh, it's and okay, they give you your tray in the morning, night, maybe your bag lunch or whatever. You don't have no choice no more. Okay, now I want McDonald's, I want pizza. You got a bag lunch. What can jail, and I ain't been to prison. I've been to the county jail for a couple of short times, but that was enough to let me know I don't want to be around niggas all goddamn day. I don't want to lay on a hard bed, sit on a hard chair, them fiberglass ass blankets they be having. But I'm going off topic. You back to the babies, man. Go back on the babies.
As usual, I was falling asleep.
A lot of these parents just don't know how to be parents, just point blank. Period.
Yeah. And I
Or they
think
don't want to learn. They don't even. A lot of them don't even take the time to even try to learn.
Yep. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe there should be some type of core group of people that have some type of parenting expertise. But I guess they have to agree to it in order to learn how to be better parents, or just I don't know. I don't,
It's a
because
lot. It's really
it's a
just a
lot. Like
lot.
I said, it's a lot in a
Well,
whole bunch of areas.
I think a lot of it is that back in the days when we grew up, we had grandma. So no matter mama or whoever auntie was around, grandmama gave us foundation. A lot of these grandmamas, hell, is damn near not too close to the same age as the mama. So what happens is that they don't get it. And it's like our generation was skipped for some reason, and we're reaping what we're sowing. It's like we the ones setting ourselves up for failure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
And
already. What we talking about right now is what we sowing. Like they say that these kids out of control. Yeah, we sold them kids, man. When we was young and in our 20 doing whatever the hell we wanted to do, we ain't want to listen to nobody. Blah blah blah. The kids was there watching.
Yep.
But also, my thing is with our generation, bro, the older generation, we was bad. But I always tell people we was bad, but we was never disrespectful to authorities. That's the difference. A child
Yeah,
gonna be
my nigga.
a child gonna be bad. A child gonna act bad. But my thing is disrespectful to authority. That's what I have a problem with.
I was disrespectful to authority, just not my parents, not my people.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Shit.
I wasn't disrespect towards my authority though. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one
Right.
thing about it. When it came
Right.
down to the authority, nigga, I'm always yes sir, no ma'am, no ma'am. And I'm always
Right.
gonna try to hide from them. You know what I'm saying? That's just with me. I guess I was brought up like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I
I
ain't,
was brought
but
up like that, but
I was a bad motherfucker too.
shit, but it's like we was talking about that paddle shit yesterday. I thought about the one time I was in class, and I think my parents even told the motherfucking principal, like, if he get in trouble, you whoop him in front of the class. I remember trying to wrestle that paddle out the principal's hand, man. You're not about to do me, fella. I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped when I get home, but no. And this was an
I ain't
old
with that.
Peckerwood too. Come on,
I ain't with
man.
that. Nah, I ain't with that.
In
Nah,
the front of the
I ain't
class,
with that.
dog. In front of
Nah,
the class.
He should have did that. He should have did that in his office. You don't beat no kid
No,
in front of kids.
but that was a time period back then. We already getting
Yeah,
hit with
you right.
motherfucking trees with planks. They hitting us in the ass with planks. Shit. So, it ain't really hey, I'm gonna grab this motherfucking paddle from you because I'm not gonna stand still while you swinging them. You
Right.
might get and then in the battle, I'm sure he got one off. But after that tussle, he didn't want to. And I got it. I got it when I got home. But man, no,
Not in
I,
front of
I,
your
I would.
peers.
I like Charles. I had to leave Earth. Shit, if I was a kid, I had to leave Earth. I'm already doing embarrassing shit as a kid already. And then I'm gonna get my ass whooped. And y'all know I'm bad in school, but now I know y'all ain't gonna let them do me like that. Y'all know it. I'm not gonna let them do me like that.
Yeah, I don't
But,
think
but,
that'll
but
work nowadays. I mean, that's like outdated
yeah.
at this point.
Well,
But if
and
we
that's why I
raising
was
these kids
going. Yeah.
right, then you shouldn't even need to go that
But
far.
Yeah.
but this is what
Well,
they talking about. This is what they talking about when the kids out of control. You got to put a child in child's play. That's what they talking about. The old
right.
pallet days and the belt days and the switch days and the extension cord
Oh yeah,
days and
yeah, yeah. No, I get
Right.
that.
you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no,
It's
like
just that can't
even
work
like
nowadays. It just won't
right,
work.
Nah, I
even
had.
when Mr. Nigga was saying when he was saying that, like think about it, like that goes back to the topic of the other day. Like when you said he pulled that pallet out, you didn't want to be embarrassed. Nowadays, let's fast
Mm-mm.
forward with technology. With technology, they didn't. That girl didn't want that cell phone taken, so she was like, "Shit, you ain't finna just embarrass me." That's what I'm
Mm.
saying. Like that's where they got to understand that again. We got to let our culture know right is right, wrong is wrong, up is up, down is down. The problem is we give too much leeway and too much
Mm-hmm.
acceptance is what is wrong. If you let them, like you said, listen to the rap music, we all know it's almost crazy. It's like we all know what the problem is, but for some reason we can't get rid of that problem.
But then
Cross.
but you think about it, though, it kind of halfway makes us look weak where we had to say, well, if it weren't for
Yeah,
the damn rap, we'd be prosperous. But I thought the reason that the rap was made because it was influenced about things that happen in real life. So if the rap is
facts.
bad, I know it's magnified at this point, like motherfucker killing 20 niggas a song, but it was still niggas getting killed in even in my little country towns and when I stayed in Cleveland, place like that, it was still niggas getting killed in real life. But
Right.
it just once them white folks start putting the money into it and making the money off of it, they had to top it. It just had to get
Well,
topped.
I think it back then with us was originality. Like you said, originality was everything. So
Yeah.
when you rapped about it, you had to believe it. And then when, like you said, when the folks started putting that money behind it, the machine came. So then a lot of these rappers rap about their homies that's around them lives. Because we
Mhm.
all know, and like God bless it, my mom used to always tell, boy, that's not real. There's no way they can be talking about they doing all that and they
Right.
making money selling drugs. A lot of the parents just don't tell them simple stuff and say, hey, that's not true. He cannot be talking about doing all that and then turn around and make all that money.
But
That's
mama, look at his
impossible.
necklace. Look at his car. He got to be doing it.
Yeah.
But the
But
problem
hey,
with these
but
kids, they
Cross.
don't know how to decipher between entertainment and what's real. I mean, what's
Right.
fake and what's real.
Right.
That's another
Right.
problem. Like these
Right.
kids are not as mature and as intelligent. Well, not all of them, but a lot
Now
of
they
them
they
aren't.
smart, but
Hey,
it's
hey,
like
Cross.
You know
But
what?
not as far as
I'm not
it's a
gonna
deciphering
child it's
that.
a
but I'm
childish
not gonna
super
blame the
genius shit.
kids. But I'm not gonna blame the kids. Let's go back to who the original problem is. The parents. The
Mhm.
parents are not intelligent enough to say, "Hey,
Mhm.
that's not real." Because a lot of
Hmm.
them parents want to live that life too. They
Mm,
live in the
they
rap
playing
songs
make
too.
believe too. They playing
Hey,
make believe
Cross.
too.
Cross.
No,
I
but
got a
I'm telling you though, for real, because when I was young, my dad was playing mystical. He was playing all
Right.
the gangster stuff. But when we listen to it, it's more like, yeah, yeah, like we getting that feeling. We not thinking about actually going out
Thank
and
you.
doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
what
but
I'm
Cross. Hey,
That
saying.
that shit was
but
my
Short K.
soundtrack. That's it.
But Short K. Let me tell you what happened. I referee high school games as well, and Pop Warner, and
Hmm.
I'm doing games as well right now. The kids are out there listening to the game banger song before you come out, and the parents. I'm like, what the hell? These kids at 6 and 8 listen to all this stuff in front
Right.
of all this cussing and all that. I said, bro, it's so bad. And the kids cussing, and the parents cussing. But we want to blame the kids for everything, but we gotta look at ourselves and like, what are we teaching them?
Right.
Right. No, I'm not blaming the kids. I'm just saying that they don't have that quality to be able to decipher between the two.
Right.
So that's why the parents need to be stepping in, and they need to
Right.
be breathing life into these kids. Like they not
I mean,
putting anything
They,
into these kids.
they
That's
can
a
they can't put into the kids what they don't have in them though. That's the problem.
yeah, that's
right.
another thing. And
You
like you
know?
say, we is like these parents are coming from whatever bad tree that they came from, and then now they
Right.
making more bad seeds. You know what I'm saying? So it just
Right. Yeah, it's just all mixed up. Yeah, it's just
No,
it
no,
seem
no.
man,
Y'all right.
we talk they talk about generational curses. No, that's just self-fulfilling prophecies at this point. You know, we know what the problem is.
Right. And
No, no, no,
it's almost like you're speaking it into exist. It's almost like what culture sits around and curse themselves all the time, man. Man,
oh yeah.
this man always doing this. He holding us back.
Mm,
Who is it holding us back? But then we know when we go out there every day, nigga, I ain't looking for no white man trying to goddamn take me out.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
somebody that look like me. That's the
The
sad part. Cause
white
we
man
got
know his place.
no,
Real
but
shit.
he ain't even thinking about us. If anything,
That's why I say he know his place.
he know his place.
He know that a nigga don't matter to a white boy out here.
No,
Clearly.
no, and
So
you know,
he ain't worried about he know that we already fucked up. So why I
exactly.
got to worry? Well, you ain't got to worry about the black boy. The black boy already dead.
Yeah.
and I got a question to ask y'all and ask Dewberry and see what Dewberry thinks. So I was with somebody today, right, and they was breaking it down. They was talking about with the prom and stuff like that. And one of my homeboys had a problem. He said, "Man, in the prom, I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? Dress." He said, "Man, I see these young boys. You know what I'm saying? Wearing these pants with their ankle up. They showing their ankle with no socks. Man, I'm from the old school. We grew up." But women showed their ankles and they had anklets and shit like that. He said they got these shoes on with these little bedazzled. It's an old school cat. He said, why do they got to go so far to cross over so much to get accepted when we're the ones they want to be accepted by? So I just want to know what y'all thought about that. Like that blew my mind because it was an old cat asking me that. He said it bothered him because it looked like it took away from the masculinity of a young man.
Because that's what they pushing out to them. That's what the ain't those the Cam Newtons. That's what you talk about the Cam Newton shoes. Like that's
Yeah,
what's being pushed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He told me
But
about
the
that.
thing about it is that shit not new. That's why I was about to ask you how old was that cat you was talking to?
He was,
Cause
he was in his 60s now. This nigga
he's
was
in his
68.
60s.
He
I
talking
want
about
to ask
68.
him have they ever watched the Flip Wilson show and
Yeah.
with Geraldine come out there with the dress and all that shit on it.
But
And
but
then
that but you got to remember now that was perpetuated way back then.
yeah.
That was not the
So,
forefront of
so I
everybody.
can take you forward from there. So that's 70. So then you get to 80s where you get to Michael Jackson with his wear.
Yeah,
Okay, it's cool shit, but it's still kind of. And then you got
you're
Prince.
right.
It's cool, but it's
Eddie
still kind of.
Murphy. Yeah,
Boy George is that
yeah,
wasn't really cool, but it was just that the androgynous shit where
I
okay,
like
Exactly.
that.
the fluid gender shit. Uh,
Yeah,
Exactly.
so then you go from the 80s to the 90s. Wow, I can't even think of shoot Puffy. Puff Daddy is
yeah,
really that when you see this is kind of off topic. When you see Puff Daddy with a new artist or somebody new that unsigned or something, you kind of look out like, man, I wonder what the motherfucker that's standing with him had to do to be standing with him. Because you hear
yeah.
the stories about how Diddy had Christopher Williams sucking his penis. For what reason I do not know. Uh, and then you hear
Honestly,
about the room that Cat Williams spoke of. They got that room where and where the
right,
shit goes down.
right.
So it's not necessary. This sweet shit is it's magnified now because that is part of what the liberal. And I don't want to get all in that. These are DNC uh,
Right, right.
facilitated policies and legislation.
Without
Because
a
Uh,
there's
without a doubt.
benefits behind making the men more feminine. And you know who
right.
actually who actually brought it to the forefront for this generation, we just talking about him, Young Thug. He was big in that gender fluid
Yes.
thing.
Well,
Yep.
hey,
That will bring it to
if
the 21st century right there.
That's
That
what
young
brought
thug with
it.
that dress
Exactly. Yep.
well, let's be
and that
honest. If
halter.
you
Nigga
really
had a
want to
halter
say,
top on, shorty.
They
if you
got a
want to say who
gangster to
really,
be androgynous. So now that penetrated so many more people.
wait,
Ooh,
remember now,
made prison lovely.
let's go even further now. Who really brought it in? Yeah, he did come behind it, but remember now, his idol was Lil Wayne. When they dropped that truck fit shit with all them leopard prints, and he wanted to be a quote unquote allegedly a rock and roll
Rockstar,
star.
yeah.
Well,
He
but
But
that
that's
basically
wasn't as
androgyny too.
bad
That
though. But
rockstar shit is
no,
androgynous
because
it
shit
wasn't
though.
as bad as that Young Thug. He slam dunked
that
it.
whole line, I was like, damn, I'm gonna support him. And I went and started
Hey,
looking at it. I
all
was
that
like,
shit ugly.
bro,
All that
nah, that
shit
shit
was
was
ugly.
tight.
Not
It
even a
was
hat.
tight. It was all what they call what they quote unquote for not for black, but European cut. That's why I
The
don't
skater,
understand why
they
niggas
say
would pay.
skater
Right,
clothes.
niggas would pay $500 for a pair of jeans that you can't even fit because it don't fit your thighs, but you pull them down. And I be telling people
Yeah.
they don't realize back in the days, old folks used to tell us they used to call that sagging, right? We used to call it sagging. Well, if you reverse the word is niggas.
Hmm.
Sagging was niggas. It
Yeah,
was
I seen
brought
that
up in the
before.
jail. It was brought up in the jail to get dudes to show you that they was down with whatever by their pants sagging. That's why I don't understand. This is all
Now, I'm
we
gonna tell
know
you.
this.
No, I'm gonna plug that in for you because I never seen this shit being done before until I seen niggas imitate Michael Jordan do it. So by that, is that to say that Michael Jordan ushered in this practice that was done by prisoners or whatever, like you were saying, that they show easy access. You know, you got your George sneakers and Mike out there playing. He's a super athlete basketball player, but he sag his pants. Well, I don't know about sag my
No,
pants. That seemed like a
when
little
I
that
mean
little
sagging,
55 to you.
those,
But
those,
now you
those,
want to be like
those
Mike,
remember that.
like Mike.
But
I want to
no, but
be like Mike.
listen, remember those were baggy pants. I'm talking about sagging when these see these niggas with their butt showing because
Yeah,
these
I know
niggas
what you're
got
talking
new
about.
draws. There's some draws. I mean, to the point where
They,
niggas
they,
got certain
They
draws
waist they
that
they waistline in the middle of their thighs.
yeah, bro. Like, what is it? Niggas go to the stores and they spend $40, $50 on these draws. So when they bust a sag,
Oh
people,
man,
bro, you're showing your ass in the
I
back.
know to keep my head up around these young niggas, man, because I don't, man, I won't turn around y'all niggas, yeah, man, and you can't tell these. I'm in Cook County, I'm in Chicago. You can't tell these young niggas
Oh
shit.
God.
You know that's what you do, my nigga. That's what you do. You know,
Now,
live and let live.
now let me say something about that though. Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. To be honest with you, every generation have a dress code.
Right.
Okay.
Facts.
Fact.
Every generation has
Yeah. Yeah.
myself as I sit back and I watch this. Our dress code shouldn't defines who we are.
Yeah. Identity.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm saying that to say, like, my son got a lot of hair on his head
Facts.
because it's a style. So when I went to the barber, I wanted to, man, I don't cut this. But the barber said, dude, everybody
Right.
had some type of fashion. This they fashion, this they culture. Let him enjoy his culture, right?
True
I'm
story.
like, cool. I can respect that. When we go back to looking at the clothes, the way you sag and all that, I go back and I start thinking, right? A lot of people were sagging back in my time.
Facts.
Niggas wanted to be gay. They sag. Now here go a philosophy. And listen to what I just said. The philosophy stated that
Yeah.
the only people that sag was the one that wanted to let you know they were down for the booty game. Well,
Right.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Why I say that? I did 18 years in prison. All the
Right.
niggas, all the niggas that'll knock you out and take your booty, they sag. But when
Mm.
you going up in. So now,
Damn.
when you come back to the streets, these niggas sagging. It defines some type of gangsterism. Now we go back to the white boys. The white boys where they pants pulled all the way up here.
Right.
When they in the club, they show nothing but they nuts. Let's keep it gangster. If you go, them white boys gonna have them goddamn Wranglers on. They gonna have them hoes braid up here, and they gonna have them hoes tight. And nigga be
Yeah,
like,
yeah, we call them Daniel Booms. Yeah, them
And
big and
they
balls right
shirt
there.
tucked
right?
in.
Yeah,
They gonna
them
have
big
their
and
shirt tucked
balls
Yeah.
right
in.
there. Yeah.
I
So
get what
now,
you saying, Dewberry, but you have to admit though, these men are way more feminine.
Yeah, they
but
are. Very,
So
very
it's
much
something
so.
going on, whether it's
Very
the
much
Like,
so.
clothes,
like, dude.
Niggas
whether it's
wearing
the
nail polish.
food,
Right, like, dude, think about it,
it's
dude. Niggas
something.
went from wearing jeans. We used to wear Lees, we wore Levi's, we wore Jabos, we wore balls, we wore all those jeans. That's cool. These niggas wear spandex pants. Like, like
listen,
it
We
went.
Skirts.
had them. We had them. Them bicycle things shorts, but
but
I
but
ain't.
say
They show they bull.
Yeah, the biker shorts. Yeah, the biker
Like,
shorts. Yeah, everybody couldn't wear them though. Remember, we used to tell everybody, everybody can't wear them
they look
motherfuckers
like
now.
stuffed sausages and shit.
Yeah,
but I'm
um,
just saying this. When I see that shit, I still look at it like that's not the problem with our community.
no,
right,
That's not the killers.
right.
What is making these niggas kill? It ain't them tight ass pants. Because
No.
we sitting up here watching niggas with fingernail polish on and they killing motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's
right.
that's a that's
Yeah,
a different kind of nigga right
But
there,
them
buddy.
be the gangster ones. They got on fingernail polish. But a lot of these men are feminine. Like
right.
But
just
what
regardless.
That's that young thug
if
shit.
you look at this feminist
Yeah.
situation, we can't stop that.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we
90%.
could revert it a little bit.
Yeah,
We
No, no, Dewberry right because you got
we
to remember
stop that.
statistics show 75% of most young male or single mothers raise men. So they have an emotional trait. So that's just what it is. If the male is not present, they're gonna have that.
Yeah.
They
Is
around their
that
aunties and all that shit. When the aunties get to talking and all that shit, like you know what I'm saying? Like like I hate the fact, and I hate to cut you off, dude. I hate the fact that that women nowadays, when they got young boys, and because the dad ain't around, they'll put a goddamn ponytail, and they be like, "Yeah, I don't want to cut his hair because his ponytail so long." It just shit just
mm-hmm.
crazy to me. Like you don't want a little boy to be pretty.
but then you got to think about there's a nature. You know, there's a nature in boys and there's a nature in girls. Even if she do put that ponytail, he's still gonna be a boy by nature. And when you think about it. It's only when you have certain, I guess, maybe certain types of trauma. But you know, you got people say you born with it, whatever. But yeah, that being said, the statistics supposed to say there's only like 3 or 4% of the population is supposed to be gay or whatever. That's the number I heard. So it's like, well, okay, well they acting, do they wearing this makeup and doing all the nail polish and the pastel color clothes and shit like that. They doing all that, but you know, statistically, and I hate to be like that, statistically, all of them could be gay if it's only 3 or 4% of the population that's supposed.
Yeah. And it's also, it might be shocking, but it's also the food. Like
Right? Yeah,
they
that's so.
poisoning a lot of us with the food. A lot of
Yeah,
this food making boys
it's
more
fake.
feminine.
Man, that's soy and food.
Man,
Yeah,
The hormones in that food, all the things that they putting in there, and these parents, they don't take the time out to go try to get better food. So
I don't.
it's another thing.
When I watch these niggas that's feminine, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got no problem with these niggas. That's their business. They feminine. I have a problem with this gangster shit. I have a problem with these muscular, tough niggas. See, this is when I sit back and I watch this shit, right? Man, we know what we living in. But them feminine niggas, They not trying to hurt you. They not trying to
That's
hurt
true.
you. They mind their own motherfucking business. They in their own world.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
When
I'm
we
gonna say
come
one thing about that real quick though. It's like they tough and gangster with it because they I guess they want to avoid expressing the feminine that they actually are.
Yeah, I've
I
seen
don't
that a
know.
lot too.
You
I
know,
ain't gonna lie, I've seen it a lot.
because
Where
you'll put
guys
a hoe. That Keisha come out and put a hoe out these niggas, man, quick.
yeah, now
yeah,
that yeah, that is
so
one way to look at it.
see that's why
Yeah.
I see a lot of I seen it, man. Listen on me, I seen a lot of tough. I done seen them, and man, the thing tough niggas do. I'm talking about them macho Randy Savage niggas. I'm talking about them niggas they big chest and them big arms. Yeah, I'm talking about them niggas who walk around bow legged who think doing all that. Man, I seen them niggas do some strange things, my nigga.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
yeah. So I tell a motherfucker, man, I also seen young niggas where we look at them niggas like, man, them old soft ass, but them niggas ain't really soft.
right.
Them
Right.
really in they
Right.
zone. You know what I'm saying? Cause my thing is, you got some young niggas out here player. Nah, my nigga, I'm a player, my nigga. I ain't with all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was coming up, we called them niggas some square niggas. Oh, square ass nigga, old mark ass nigga.
Yeah.
You know, but them niggas had a certain kind of swag about themselves. They wore their pants pulled up. They
Yep.
used to cuff their pants. You
Yep.
know, they had a swag.
The
They
preppy.
swag, right? So I never got upset with nigga swag because I understand that nigga, them young niggas getting hoes.
Yeah.
All you niggas who walking around with these dickies on and pants, y'all niggas ain't really y'all niggas y'all getting that bullshit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
tell myself, nigga, I'm trying to find the niggas that's who want to be themselves. I'm,
Facts.
I'm not with that shit. Don't get that twisted. I'm not,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm not here to stop it.
Right.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
here to stop that. I'm
Right.
here to where, hey, this is who I am.
Right.
That is what you is.
Being genuine.
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
no dead bodies. How can we?
Right. Right.
Well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Where it didn't get over there.
Right.
If we sit back and focus on how we could stop that, we could work on building up these young niggas again.
Mhm.
We could
But
work. See, we
but
could
like
work building up
but
these
like
young.
you say, Dewberry, what happens is that has to go back to our generation where the niggas our age gotta be accountable.
The mirror.
Cause what
Start in
happens
the
is
mirror.
the young niggas don't know no better unless we say that. Like when we came up in our era, I think that's why I always tell people we're the missing generation, meaning as in we were so busy at that time when we was doing shit, we didn't want to, we were listening to the old heads because of the respect, but towards the end, we was like, shit, niggas get money, I ain't thinking about it. Now we kept the game to ourselves because niggas was making money, but we didn't get a game or told people the right from wrong in the new generation. So now they don't have the same respect for us. We have to earn it. Like, for example, like you were saying, like even Dominic was saying, he was like, shit, you have to put your hands on them. And then like Mr. Niggas was like, well, at the end of the day, get yourself out that situation. Everybody's different, but at the end of the day, we got to understand them kids, if they're not used to no logic, that's dangerous. That's what I be saying. Like when you were saying a kid with no logic, that's why Dewberry was like the people that he used to deal with, and like I call him, he'll tell you. Some of the kids I called, man, they had a tussle. I was up there, they had a tussle, and a gun fell out in the in-school suspension. I deal with 11 and 13-year-olds. I don't get no money for it. I do it on my dime because like I said, I got that from Dewberry and them. But man, it's crazy. It's sad, bro. It's sad. It's some of them. I told a little young kid that was in the 7th grade, and it hurt me to say it, but the little kid was in school suspension and case so much. I just told him, bro, you probably need to take a trade up. And I didn't even want. You talking about 7th grade?
But
That's not
he
hurtful. What's
told,
wrong with a trade?
but no, listen what I'm saying. The fact to tell a 7-year-old school ain't for you because you
It's
really
seven
don't want to
nuts.
be
Yeah,
here.
not the day. That's the baby.
That's not hurtful. Like we need to start being more realistic. Like our school system is outdated.
7
It
is.
Anyway,
is. It is. It is. That's a fact. It is
So,
definitely outdated.
that word come at what's up with these programs? See, they work these programs.
Yes.
Like I'm just being realistic. I
Yeah.
feel when you create programs for kids like that, man, listen, this program ain't for him. I want the mamas and daddies here.
Yes.
exactly. That's who need to
That's what
be in
we.
it.
I think
I
that's.
want
I think that's what we need, dude. You're right. Because a lot of programs, whether it be basketball, football, I think it should be mandatory. Volleyball, soccer. If your kid get in it, because growing up through a lot of my homeboys that played ball, that could have went somewhere where they mom and daddy wasn't even in the stands, and that's just in our culture. You would think. I mean, I had some of my homeboys that were stars in the game, but their mom and daddy never came, bro. They might have came 1 or 2 times. I
but
just think you're right.
I'm speaking. I get what you said, but I'm speaking more like we got a 7-year-old in class acting out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 10, 11-year-old walking around, think he tough.
Yep.
We see this behavior.
Yep.
So when we see this kind of behavior, it's time to say, listen, man, we need his mom and we need his dad.
Facts.
We need whoever's guarding it. We need to
Exactly.
to the schools.
Yep.
We need to sit them down. We need to have a conversation about his anger. Why is
Yes.
he angry? We've been noticing that he's coming to school, he's angry, he's picking on people. He doing this, he doing that. We noticing that, right?
Right.
Okay. Now when we sit, why we not having these kind of sit down in schools?
That's what we need. Get everybody
Yeah.
It has to be a.
involved.
It has to be a willingness on all parts to participate.
It
But
should be
that's the problem.
required.
That's the problem. The
Yep.
weakness is if I say I need you, the mama, the dad, whoever else, and y'all don't come, that's what we come down and say, hey, that's what the problem is.
Yep.
Right.
I don't want to hear shit about, okay, if you tell me, well, I can't come because I work. When your off days? I'm on the
Right.
off Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, Saturday, we gonna meet up here. See, now this is where the teachers gonna have to get out their element as well.
Right.
Okay, listen, we gonna meet up at Billy Hunter's. We gonna meet up wherever. I'm paying for the lunch, but we
Facts.
sit down.
Facts.
This where we start realizing all the teachers willing to go that far to really help the kids out.
See, and
But
the
see, I
thing with
don't
that
know if
is
it's
that
just
the
us to the
teachers,
teachers.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still the teachers, just like old boy said, it's still the teachers' job. This is really their job per se.
Right.
So, they don't have they clearly, some of them don't feel they don't have to have as much compassion for the children. So it's like,
Right.
well,
But
yeah,
on the other
but then
hand,
again, but then
I get what.
on the other hand, there are teachers who do, and there are
Right.
parents who are
But
willing to
I'm gonna
participate, just
piggyback
like there
like
are parents who are
with
not
Duke.
willing to participate with
Right.
it.
I'm gonna piggyback with Dude saying, like he's saying is, but I'm gonna flip that too, Dude. I'm gonna ask you is, why is it? Because we know, okay. You know what's so crazy? The fact that we know in our culture, we always say we got the best athletes, we got the best this, we got the best that, right? So then most of the other coaches, their kids are involved in it. Their parents boosted clubs. Do you think it's we already have it? It's just like we, and then again, I'm just saying we had it but we neglect what we got, because if we have the gift and the talent for most of the kids, when we look in our community, we don't put forth the effort to, like, I mean, PTA, PTOs, the booster clubs, most of those are other coaches that put money behind these booster clubs. So why is it that, because we would have way more athletes if you really think about it, if most of the parents, a lot of these kids didn't make it to the college or collegiate level or NFL level, because a lot of them didn't have that family backing. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, do you think we failed because we already had it?
See, we failed because we not doing the work.
Right.
It ain't about having, it's like we ain't doing the work. We sit around, as I'm gonna be honest with you, as blacks, we worry about football and basketball.
Come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man. That's what I want to hear you say.
And the reason why we don't think about baseball because it costs money. Baseball costs a lot of money.
And man, that's why I'm glad you said it. You already on the path, dude. Go on and preach.
Baseball costs a lot. Baseball camps cost a lot of money.
Yes, they do.
But we only want to go with where the majority going. What's the majority of our culture? I want to play football. I want to play basketball. But then when we start breaking down to the kids, like I had to break down my son. You want to play running back. Okay, cool. Now I want you to go back and look at running backs. Go back and look at running backs. And I'm going to have you look at all these running backs. And then I want to show you how many years that they had. How many
life expectancy.
Okay, then I want you to go back and look at a safety. How long do a safety stay in the league? How long do a cornerback? You got to understand what you're trying to get yourself into.
Come on, man.
You want a long-term game or a short-term game? Now, I also want you to do me another favor. Go to baseball. I want you to look at baseball. You can be 40 years old playing baseball.
Come on, man. That's what we got it. I'm glad you said that. Fact.
You can be 40 years old still making $100 million playing baseball.
Yep.
You ain't got to worry about no CTE. You ain't got to worry about none of that shit. So you need to weigh your options out.
I like that, dude. I like the way you told him that. And that's where, as our culture got to start pushing forward. And I'm glad that's the reason why I asked you that question, because I knew you was going to go down that line with that. Things like baseball, golf, tennis, something that, like you said, we don't have to abuse the kids, and they can learn something different, and they don't realize money can come everywhere else, like you said, instead of the majority.
Because my thing is, I coach football, right? And people be looking at certain things that he do, like yelling at him and doing this and doing that. Now, I try to explain to the parents, whereas whoever around me, I'm not just teaching football, I'm teaching life.
Facts.
What do you learn from sports? You learn how to, first of all, you're going to learn how to work together.
Sportsmanship.
Hey, man. So that's why I don't give it. Whenever you got a player that think he all of that, he might be good. He might be the best player on the team. Guess what? Man, don't give him the ball. Make him go.
Yep.
Let's see what he'll do when he ain't got the ball in his hand. Because that's going to define is he really a team player. Because when you get older, I don't care how good you are, guess what? If you're not a team player, you're not going to make it.
Never.
You're on your Brown, taking off your shirt, throwing it around. You think you being cool, really you being a fool. You're going to be like the rest of these motherfuckers that feel like they all that. And when y'all motherfuckers say, man, get your motherfucking ass off my field. We going to bring somebody else on.
But what that is showing off. And I think that's one of the biggest problems that black people have as a collective. We like to show off. And we do anything to get those things that we need to have to show off to other black people. Because the shit we show off.
But you know what, Miss Nigga, I hate to cut you off. Sorry about
that.
You good. I don't I don't think it's for us. Again, when you wearing those jeans and you going with the red bottoms and you spend $1,000, we all know that the average white person go and buy their shoes from Payless, Walmart.
Right.
They, we are the one. Think about it.
Trying
We
to
are
stun
the
on niggas.
well, not necessarily niggas. I think we try to do it
That's
to
what I'm
impress white
saying.
folks. It's not niggas because
Yeah,
every nigga can't buy it. So we want to let niggas know, hey, the white folks accept us because guess what? I just bought a pair of Balenciagas out of
right.
the store. But we won't go over to Leroy's spot that's been trying to push his own brand. It's a black owned brand because guess what? Leon don't got the ambiance that I was looking for that the white folks like.
Well, the thing about it is, we once we recognize what the problem is, we ask the questions. Well, why we had this problem that we rather spend our money on some shoes with spikes in them than come over to the hood and buy my man. He got to hook up with the Africans or whatever, or whoever, to get the materials to make these shoes is handmade. They soft as butter. They stylish, but they Leroy shoes. But you go
Facts.
and Leroy shoes cost half than Balenciagas, but better material and quality material. You
Yeah,
won't buy Leroy shit. You gonna buy the lesser quality, more expensive Caucasian made shit.
yeah, yeah.
But
And
I
they
think
don't.
for the
They
problem, just to piggyback off of what you brought up earlier, like when you look at Chinese people, you know that they gonna be smart. You look at
right,
Japanese people, you know they got technology. I think as black people, we haven't like decided on what we gonna do, what's gonna make us better. We rather just have small pockets instead of all of us just focusing on just being better. It's not just about sports. There's tons of things that we could be doing.
right.
We need to shift
Right.
our focus from
Yeah,
entertainment.
yeah,
That's really all we focusing
Right.
on is
Yes.
entertainment.
Yep.
yeah,
We need to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
focusing on
Fact.
building
Yeah.
this earth up. What we gonna do to
The
leave our mark on the
architecture,
earth?
architecture,
Exactly.
agriculture.
Well, that's why I was
Exactly.
just.
Engineering.
Science, health, all
Well,
these
no,
Yeah.
things.
I
Yeah.
was
It's
just
so
about to
much
say what.
things that we could be doing, but
Right.
I was just
Solving
about to
we
say
not
what
problems.
Mr.
focusing
Nigga
on
said.
that.
Well,
Right.
like Mr. Niggas just said, he just said agriculture. People don't realize most HBCUs are ANTs. That's agriculture and technology. We f- we we don't understand that's what they know that we're known for. You see what I'm saying? But we
Exactly.
don't
Right.
see that. We don't respect that. They know that black folks, when it comes to agriculture, like think about this. They took out Benjamin Banneker. We knew that growing up. We didn't even know who the hell. We just knew Benjamin Banneker did the almanac, but we don't realize he was he taught us how to farm. Like a black man taught the world how to farm. Guess what they did? They took the almanac away. You don't hear nothing about the almanac no more. You know why? And the almanac, even when we were using it back in the day, still to this day, you can still use the almanac. That's what's so
I think
crazy.
the people who thought about getting, I know growing, I don't be thinking about getting them. I know some older folks, they be getting them. If I don't know, but
But
I
it's a
think
lot of
really,
things that we could really be doing though, other than
right.
that. I mean, because black people we put pretty much touched on everything in this country, not
We
just
have a whole bunch
agriculture.
of, we have a whole lot of problems,
Everything, electricity, everything that you could think of that is running in this country, we started with it, but we
right.
fell off
Fact.
because we too worrying about entertainment, and that's what they got us hooked on. Because if we worrying
Yeah.
about entertainment, we not gonna be worrying about building up nothing else. So we just need
No,
to
you're
focus
right.
on trying to build our people up and get our priorities
Solving
straight.
problems.
Well,
We have we have a whole lot of problems, and it's like, well, what we had to figure out what questions that need to be asked to solve the problems that we have, and
right,
What
and in solving
programs?
the solving of the problems. Well, what type of programs are we going to try to get? How will we fund these programs? Who's going to be over these programs? What will these programs serve? It's like you ask the questions to get to the root of the problems, and once you get to the root of the problems, you can kind of have a more constructive solution to whatever type of situation you're in, whatever type of problem you have.
right,
You ask questions and keep asking questions and try to get the answers to make your best possible uh, choice or decision. Per
right.
se.
And we need to
Well,
band
like
together
a
and start
like a
addressing these
prime
issues.
example,
Right.
right? Like a prime
We asking
example,
the
like
right
you were
questions
saying.
right now. What can we
Like a
do?
prime example, Mr. Nigga, like you was saying that A lot of people don't know it, and that's the thing I think we're running into because, like you said, and like Shortcake said, if we're very innovative, what happens is like I did a whole special when people always say, "Well, people were slaves back in those days." Well, I did a whole special on the 1800s, and most black folks, like Sarah Rector, right, was, and people can Google this. 13 years old, what happened was they gave up acres of lands when the Indians and them did the peace treaty because Indians and black folks, Indians had black folks as slaves, which again, they're American Indians. What happened was they got a bunch of land. They end up drilling. Oil, and overnight she became the richest young black person in the world. Right, 13 years old. So much she had so much money. They wanted to label her white. So not only that goes off to, and then you go into a whole bunch of other folks in back in the days. What I'm saying is from the 1800s, 1900s, it was money. Black folks had money. The problem is we start dissecting ourselves like we're another culture. Well, like when you said something, and you're right, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we have got to the point where we say, well, we got to know who's involved. Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Because in our culture, and I'm gonna use BLM with that broad, she fucked around and got everybody for money. And what makes me mad in our culture, we didn't even hold her accountable. It went away.
What makes me mad? Well, and then you really make me mad because I shouldn't be surprised because of I know black people. Uh, I'm surprised and shocked and appalled that they didn't see it coming. I used to get all kind of flack when I used to say I don't support the Black Lives Matter organization. I don't have a problem with Black Lives Mattering, but the organization, I know the organization that was being funded. I knew from the beginning the organization was being funded.
Facts.
I can't think of the guy's name, but he funds a whole lot of these left wing liberals.
We don't want to say it on that. It's
all good. Yeah, I got That's true statement. I ain't on my porch. I forgot I ain't on my own porch.
Nah, you good.
But y'all know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
So really, it's like we start in our house. Like you start in. You look at the charity begins in the home. You look in the mirror. You analyze those things that you might have problems with yourself. You ask yourself the question: what can I do to change these things, to improve these things, or at least to move forward while I have to be saddled with these things? And once you start answering those questions, you can look outside yourself and see your environment. Okay, I can, I see there's a problem over here. Let me ask around and see what I can do to help solve this problem here. And it really is something that should be done in a symbiotic fashion, as a group thing. It should be an ideology that when people wake up in the morning, I'm gonna get up and go out here and solve a problem. I'm gonna get something constructive done. Hopefully something constructive and tangible done, something that you can hold your hand. This is the point I wanted to make. I almost forgot my mind. You realize in all the years that we've been niggas in this country, that at least not in my adult life, that I have never seen where we've been able to vote in a black law, a law specifically and solely for Black American people that brought about any tangible and constructive long-term benefit to where we have autonomy over the program, like when they get a reservation to the Indians or whatever, or the money to overseas or what have you. I have never seen that being put toward black, just even regular basic legislation like that. We don't even. People always say we're going back to reparation. Man, okay, that's fine. But it's shit that you could reach back even closer than from that far behind, and it ties into it.
You got to remember too. Now think about it, and most people don't know this. Okay, so when it comes, and again, this is my opinion. When it comes, it's not statistically. 73% of the laws have been passed in the United States by Democrats. So I always tell people this. So that means even the 3-strike law, any kind of law that you could think that would lock us up. The problem is we so caught up in our culture, instead of understanding what's right and wrong, we go with what's good or what feels good. You know what I'm saying?
There's a saying that says that the Democrats passed the laws that the Republicans used to punish us with. So it's like I I I I,
Because
I don't. I'm
because
not. I go hard on Democrats because I feel as though I had been deceived for a long period. Obama was the final deception for me.
Right.
Because he didn't do shit for niggas. He made niggas' lives worse with by way of bailing out banks instead of bailing out homeowners. Uh, but
My
all
thing
that to the
is this.
side, that ain't got nothing to do with us. That's up in the White House.
Right.
We still talking about solving our
goddamn right.
basic problems in front of us.
Right.
That ain't got
Right.
nothing to
It
do
ain't
with
got
us.
nothing to do with us. I got nothing to
Right.
come back down here. I'm getting shit.
Right. Right. Right.
We just need to
Slew holes.
shift our focus, really, honestly. I mean,
Yeah,
we got to shift
yeah,
our focus
yeah.
Right.
on things that really matter.
We have
That's
identified the
really what we need
problem.
to do.
Right. Salute holes to the housewife. I see you on the panel.
Hey, Cross.
Oh
Hey,
shit.
Kate. Hey,
Hello,
Texas.
hey, Jill, what's going on?
Another day.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing to be living in it.
A blessing.
Yes, indeed.
Blessing.
Sure, you enjoying the party. What you
Yeah.
want to add to the discussion?
Well, I just caught the back end, so I'm not sure really what's going on.
Uh, we started out talking about the teacher and the student, where they was fighting, where it turned into a confrontation over, I guess, the phone and what have you, and people saying, I guess it was on my side, I'm gonna go ahead and say I sided with the kid, but I know the kid did wrong. But I'm gonna say the teacher did wrong. That's all I'm saying. And I know the kid did wrong. Ain't no kid supposed to be acting like that in class. But why the woman whoop her like that? That's something not to even rehash the conversation, but that's what we started off with. Now we talking about what can we do to fix the situation that we are in right now. That's where we at.
Okay, what situation are we in right now?
Guys, help me out.
Okay.
Now,
What we talking about?
basically what we was talking about in a nutshell is when you're in a situation, even dealing with the kids, right? And how the parents need to be more accountable, meaning as in how these, like he was saying that, he used example that the teacher is wrong, but we was taught growing up home training. Home training comes in the home,
Right. Yeah, we
meaning
did go
as
there.
in when she came from the house, whatever she got going on in the house, she was loosely able to do that, to put her hands on another adult. So to me, she's treated like she at home, she's treated like adult. My thing is this, is that accountability is not in the teacher. The teacher
Right.
job is to educate it, not to discipline, not
Right.
to psychologically fix. None of that shit. That comes from
Mhm.
home. And then if it's a problem, the old saying is, that baby ugly. You know your baby ugly.
Right,
People
right.
can
We
walk up
had
all
the
day and say,
discussion.
"Man, you got a pretty baby." You
But
know if your baby
you know in
ugly. So
your
if you know
heart
your baby
that baby
ugly,
up.
you got to deal with how your baby is. Period.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, man, we just trying to see what we can do to make our black community better.
There you go.
Right. Right.
Okay.
So, Shortcake, do you think the teacher or the student was wrong?
Well, I honestly think the student was wrong. The student should
Okay, what
never have
about
like the
you, Cross?
balls to even try a teacher like that.
Right.
Cross, you think the student was wrong or the teacher?
I think, to me, I think the parent was wrong. I don't think that, because again, that's a child. A child can only do what his options allow it to do. So if they have multiple options at home, you can't get mad. Like the child got mad. Okay, let me tell you, the child got mad because of a cell phone, and that the teacher took the cell phone, right?
Right.
Now, we both know, and you're a parent, we both know that you can't have a cell phone at school. Now, a lot of parents will say, "Hey, well, I understand that." Da, da, da. But then I told my daughter the other day, I said, okay, if I was at my job, I was working and I had a job for 8 hours, and they said I can't use my cell phone, then if you go to school knowing you're a child, I know you're going to use it. If you get caught with it, they're gonna take it, and then I gotta come up there. You can't do that in a job. So why would you? I always like again. I tell everybody. I say giving a child is like give no. Not to be mean, but giving them a gun, a loaded gun, and tell them don't look down the barrel. So what happened was the only thing of ownership that little girl had was a cell phone, and she took it. So she went on live and said she was gonna whoop her ass, and she started fighting her.
She went online. I mean, she didn't have a phone.
She went
So,
online afterwards, like that night.
Facts, facts.
But I think of course the little girl was wrong. And I read the little girl mama's statement. It was a hell of a statement. And I salute that woman for her statement
So
of
what did the
holding her
statement
child.
they
say?
they said also I'm hearing that that's fake too. But yeah, I read that shit too.
What was the statement? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, am I gonna go up there and fight the teacher? No, I ain't gonna go up there and fight the teacher. I'm gonna deal with my child wrong, blah blah blah, man. Yeah, that's right. Your child will be wrong, but the thing about it also is that hell, there still has to be some level of restraint in regards to the way you deal with children. Okay, okay, this right here is a principle. Then the next time it might be a left right hook. Then well, y'all let this last shit go, so why ain't y'all gonna let this shit go? Pretty
So my
soon,
my
them
Didn't
my
teachers
didn't
will
the
question to
learn
you,
how
lady
Mr.
cheat
Nigga.
on her?
My question to you, Mr. Nigga, is what level? What is? I guess, and I understand what you're saying, but what do you consider? What level of restraint is it when she's standing in front of her, when she's near her, when she's cussing at her? When does she say that is extreme level?
you have to remove yourself as an adult. You have to remove yourself from that situation. You do not reason with a child. It is, I thought, how you gonna reason with a child, an out of control child that's not your child? It's not
Right,
your child. You
Listen,
know you're not supposed to do nothing to this child.
right.
But why are you still going back and forth with this child, woman?
that
Leave
little
that
girl
kid.
had
Stop
to
talking to that kid.
So
And
you
you gonna
saying
take
she
her
should have
I
just
see
phone?
what
walked
Mr.
out?
Flav is
She
saying.
should
I
have
see
just
what he's
walked out
saying.
her
He
room.
wanted to see her. Yeah, he wanted to see her act with professionalism. I get what he's saying because
You
to
see,
be
got
then
professional,
like
resources.
you
the
have
little
to
You
act
girl
can't.
as.
yelled at
You
her
talking about
I
now?
get
You
what
want to
he's
yell?
saying.
Call the teacher! Call the teacher! You could have walked out your room, called me, and got a teacher. Now you screaming for a teacher,
because look,
and you
it
a
was still a
substitute
matter
teacher over some kids
of
That's a part of
Man,
having
with
control
no
over
joy,
our
with thong
emotions and
drawers
different
on. You
things
got
like that. I
thong.
get what he's saying.
Then we got to see your black ass.
I
but
get what
yeah,
he's
but the
saying on that,
thong
yeah.
thing was the fact that her pants went up. I mean, I get what you're saying, but my thing is,
Come
I,
on, bro. Don't
We
do
all just need to
yeah,
hold
man, she
ourselves
got
to
it.
a higher
Most
standard
women
in
wear
life.
thongs, though.
that. I don't know.
Man, kick that child. That child got his ass kicked.
Yes, yeah, let's
She
see
didn't
what
even
she
get
did.
her ass
She
kicked.
learned. She definitely learned a lesson that day.
She
You
didn't get
know,
her, she didn't really
shit.
get her ass kicked.
Right,
Why
right.
she
She really
ain't
did. Cause like old girl didn't have no hands. As I said, to the woman ain't had no hands. Cause
man
really, I
that
guess.
goddamn that goddamn little girl, she tripped the fuck out. Point
man.
blank.
I ain't gonna lie.
And,
See,
Right,
I couldn't be
But
with
it's
some
right.
still
and
a
I'm
people.
gonna tell
kid,
you this
man.
right
You
here.
can't whoop on kids, man.
I'm
Y'all
gonna
can't
tell you
whoop
though.
on
So
kids like
what?
that,
But
man.
Mr.
I see
Nigga,
what
I'm
you're saying.
asking.
I
Y'all
Mr.
kind of
Nigga,
can't
see
I'm
hold
what
the
he's
kid
asking.
saying.
down. You
Okay,
got to,
But
you got
listen,
to
Mr. Nigga,
restrain the kid.
but
Restrain
Mr.
the
Nigga, I'm
kid.
just asking you,
but
what level of restraint is it
Palmer,
when you got a little nigga like I told you? I gave you an example. I was in there in school suspension. Niggas was tussling and a gun fire. So what level of
Yeah,
do I whoop
nigga,
on
get the
him then if
gun.
he jump?
Nigga, get the gun first.
man,
Yeah, but
listen,
what I'm saying is
y'all know what,
what?
homie? This is the problem right here. We make excuses for these kids now,
Right.
but soon as they go out there and fuck with them laws and something happen to them, or they fuck with a grown person out there and they get knocked down, guess what we say? We still making excuses for them. And
They
I
they
tell
are
people,
ill equipped.
every day, y'all think it's a joke, it's not a joke.
It's not.
Right.
My stepdaughter went to school. She said, you know what? It was a dude that go to our school. We haven't seen him in a minute.
Right.
Come to find out, when he come to school, he always fight. Well, guess what? He got mowed down. He got gunned down. Right?
Yeah.
The school didn't even say nothing about it.
Right.
The school didn't say nothing about it, man. They call, you know why? They counted him as a lost child, my nigga.
Yep. That's real.
If something happened to a child, they go to a school, they usually go to the school and say, hey, man, this happened to this child. You know, they usually do that. They didn't even do that.
They ain't care about him. They ain't think about nothing.
They didn't care about him. They got tired.
Yep.
These schools is getting tired of these kids.
I see it every day.
These kids instead of thinking that it's a game. I hate to say this. But guess what? It's a lesson being learned. And the shit that's going on, it's a lesson being learned. And I look at this shit like, what is the lesson that being learned? The lesson, when you start thinking that you are grown, it's certain kind of, guess what? It's certain kind of actions that come with being grown.
Yeah.
These kids think that they know every motherfucking thing. I tell people this over and over again. Stay in a child's place. You'll get treated like a child. You'll get treated like a child out of respect.
Right.
You come out of that, I'm going to handle you how you try to handle me. People be like, well, no, that ain't how you do it. No. It is how you do it. Keep on making excuses for them, you will be a hump on the ground. Them babies is making us. We starting to get scared of them.
And that I shall agree.
We starting to get scared of them.
Yeah.
We at that teacher. That teacher really was scared of that little girl.
Yeah, she really was.
Come on, homie.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, no, man. Come on, homie. Everybody ain't playing these games.
Well, I
really hope this happen, homie. I really hope this happen. I swear I hope this happen. I hope they try to discipline that lady and every teacher across America quit.
Oh man, no. Not for this bull, not for that bullshit, man, no.
You know why? It's gonna come a time where motherfuckers gotta start taking the stands.
Well, I was about to say
that. Not for no shit like that. That was.
It might seem small, but it's not small.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the principle behind it is not small because we're talking about in regards to like what kind of force can you use to put a kid? How bad do you have to be the kid to put a kid in this place?
Right, but listen,
that's what I keep getting from it.
I was gonna do a
story, and I didn't took my whoopings.
Right, but listen, I was gonna do it. Listen, hold on, dude, man. I hate to cut you. I was gonna do a story tonight. I ain't do it, but did y'all see the little girl that was a cheerleader that walked up on the wrong car, and because people didn't know, got shot. Not only that, the young black kid that went to the wrong house and got shot. Not only that, the little white girl that pulled in the driveway and dude didn't know. It's an old dude that shot it. What Dewberry is trying to say is people don't realize we don't know because nobody's saying that. So now we're on the defensive side. Now it's more, I'm telling y'all, it's about to be a trend. People are going to start shooting people because at the end of the day, when somebody pull up your driveway, you don't know. That's we've got to the point where, nigga, if somebody walk up on your car, you're ready to shoot them. We've never done that. If anything, could have been a mistake. Like the girl that was cheerleader. She went up on somebody's car and didn't even know. Dude jumped out because he was scared and she took off running and he lit her up.
But I'm going to say it again. We acting like motherfuckers don't, man, nigga, the teachers, it's time for everybody to start standing up to this bullshit.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
They got to stand. like I sit back and I watch all this shit that go on, and ain't nobody standing up to this shit. Everybody just said, "Well, okay, we gonna be all right."
But it's more
Y'all the
important
ones that
shit.
got to go through this as teachers.
Right.
As these
No, it's
teachers,
not
my
really. It's not more
homie, don't
important.
say,
Uh,
homie, you know what? Don't nobody protect the teachers, man. Nobody.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a lot that
but
need to be
what
talked
about
Nobody.
about when
the
it comes to teachers.
but what about the kids? That's what I'm saying. You know, okay, now we make it a culture where, all right, if a kid get uppity in the mouth, you put that kid in this place forcefully as you can, whatever, you
No,
know.
bitch, no,
Because
that
you're
ain't
No,
looking
true.
at
not
the one
No,
forcefully.
no,
situation, it's
But
deeper
it,
than that. It's
no, that
deeper
ain't
than
true.
that.
That
But
ain't
yeah,
but
true.
it
he
can be that
chastised them
y'all
with
know it can
love.
be that way, the way y'all talking about, and it can be the way I'm talking about. It can
Right.
go
That's
either
true.
way.
Nah, because the teachers have to
But
eat shit, but the teachers are the one who are raising our kids to be the
right.
next generation,
They
to be
shouldn't
the
have to
leaders.
do that. They
They
just supposed to
spend
Right.
teach
more
them to
time
you.
with the kids than their parents. You get what
They
I'm
just
You
saying?
supposed
gotta
So
to teach
remember,
that's
them
Mr.
what
to
it's
you.
Nigga.
about.
Right, you gotta remember, Mr. Nigga, you chastise the ones you love, dog. No matter what. I know it might whatever, it's a level of chastisement, but bro, it's better for the parents to put discipline in them. And then when they get, I always tell my kids, I'd rather do it than y'all go out here in the street, because guess what? Those folks ain't gonna discipline the way I am gonna discipline you.
Man, you
They're
can't
gonna
beat
treat you way
respecting to
worse.
nobody, man. You can't beat you can't beat respected to nobody.
No, but
Not
what
be
Dewberry is
respect.
saying is like the teachers are at the bottom of the
You
pile.
can't beat
You get what I'm
loving
saying?
nobody.
Like
You might beat obedience into
they
them,
need more respect than what they get. Like
Well,
judges make more than teachers.
but you'll
Like Trick
break their
Daddy said
spirit.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like teachers are at
we,
the bottom of the pile. Nobody gives a shit about teachers when they should.
Yeah, they ain't gonna
we
break
Mhm.
you.
like this
Teachers,
situation happen
they choose their
because of
job, man.
conversation.
Okay, but if it was no teachers, then who would teach the kids then?
They mammy and their daddy are life.
And then are these
In
parents
general,
equipped to these
it's
parents not
you
even
Nah,
know
equipped to do homework? You think about
the kids
teach
don't
the
even
kids.
kids don't be going to school, and when they go to school, they do shit like this little girl did. So really, when
No,
at the
kids
end of
do
the
go to
day,
school. I went to school.
But
What you talking
but
about?
but
Kids go to
right, but
the
school.
Mr.
teachers
Nigga,
don't
a
get no
lot of it
respect
came
though.
from. But Mr. Nigga, a lot of it came from, like you said earlier. You said like how your old man how it was, and then but even though he did that, you reacted still outward, right? Well, a lot of that's a isolated situation versus most people. I got whooped with extension cords, but I didn't lash out because I was more fearful. The thing about it was, again, you gotta ask yourself. I get where you coming from. You're saying from perspective, nobody should be able to do that. But then again, you're chastising. Not it's like I said, it's a certain level of chastisement. But that girl should have been chastised, bro. Like, come on, man. Like the
Yeah,
mama,
yeah, she did wrong. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but this
yeah.
is not something that's just going on. I
right?
graduated school 13 years ago, and I seen a teacher get hit in the head with a book or with in the corner
I,
of her head. Like they terrorize this teacher every day. This is not nothing
I mean,
new.
y'all
It's
ain't
just out
I
right
seen
now.
a teacher
started.
fight. You know,
This ain't just started.
This
I
ain't
no,
just started.
I
It's
in
Right.
my
just
high school.
now with
When I was in
social
high
media,
school,
it's
I
coming
seen a
out.
fight between a teacher and a student.
Exactly. These kids be terrorizing
Man,
teachers.
these kids be beating the shit out them goddamn teachers, man.
So now
Exactly.
I
So
got
this
and
And
is
them
just
now,
teachers,
some
and
that
them
it
now
just
teachers
it's a
be
come
good
into
beating the hell
life
out of
good
them
when
question.
students.
No, it's a
no they
good
don't. No
question
they
to ask
don't. No they
because
People,
don't.
I
at
respect
least
what
from my
Mr. Nigga.
experience.
No, I
No they
respect
don't.
what Mr. Nigga is
When
saying.
I came up, them teachers was man.
I get
Them teachers whooping the hell out
So
of
he
them
so
want to
students.
Mr.
Man.
see
Fuck
Nigga,
out of
I
he
here.
want to
gotta
see the teacher be a little more professional. I get what he's
well
saying
no
because that
and
make it look
also
us
Fuck
look
them.
bad as
well
well.
You
wait a
But
can't
minute
even beat your
wait a
kids.
minute but
You're not
also
even
that
supposed to be able to beat your kids. So how you
right
expect? Okay, all right,
Man,
well, it's
look,
self defense. You know, but
talking about beating,
right
man. What the fuck? Where the beating come in at? Where did the
right
at?
right that's what
when
I
it
was
got
saying.
to the point where she was big, the chick was bigger than her. She couldn't have pushed her out the way
But what
to get from behind where
Okay,
she was.
you
wait a
finna
minute,
stand
She
Dubin.
couldn't have pushed her way out
it
the
up.
shoulda,
room.
coulda,
I,
woulda.
I,
It didn't happen
What
that
no,
way.
I'm
right, but
asking,
Dubin,
could
hold
she
on.
have done
So
that? Do
so
you
so my
believe or
Mr.
do you
Nigga,
not
so I
believe
got a
she could have
question.
pushed herself out that room?
Right,
Man,
Mr. Nigga, I got a question for
ain't
you. So
nobody got
so
time
so
to
basic
To get
so
out the
basic,
room,
Mr.
you
Nigga.
better to leave the room in a situation. You got to get away from this. It's a kid. You can't
Right, but
reason with a
Mr. Nigga,
kid.
I got a question. I got a question for you. So because
These
I hear you
kids
keep
smart.
saying that, is it because you don't like you consider that situation as a bully situation, because again, and I'm not knocking them because I hear you and you're right. You're saying, because you said a couple of things. You say it was bigger, and you said because of the situation of she should have did it and
Man,
not had it done.
y'all,
It ain't not so much her being bigger; it's the fact that she's being
nigga,
an
little niggas
adult.
run shit. Little niggas run shit. Little people
Right,
run
Yeah,
shit. Nobody give a
right,
damn about no size. Man, the
right,
For
motherfuckers,
real,
yeah,
for
yeah. It's
real,
true too.
guess what?
right,
for
Fired
real.
off on her.
I just
He didn't
wanted.
give a
I
damn
just.
about her size.
right.
That's
He,
just
That's the
not
way I'm
something that
looking at it.
teachers
But
should
I'm
have
just
to
asking,
deal with.
and I'm just asking him, dude, because I'm asking because he said a couple things. So that's why I said when he said, yeah, she could have done it differently. But I'm saying, like, that's why I keep asking him, what level is the cutoff line? Like when you feel your life in danger.
When you get her off, when you defend yourself enough from her to get away from her. Once they got on the ground, she should have been pushing herself up off of her and getting away from her, backing away from her.
The point of the matter is these are teachers. These are not soldiers
Right,
in the war. Teachers should not have to even deal with something
Teachers
like
have to
this.
right,
That's the
teachers have to
point.
go through
Teachers go to work
psychology.
to teach, not to be dealing with a damn war zone and wondering their life in danger. That's
Teachers
the whole
take
point of this
psychology courses.
whole thing. No, that's not about no psychology courses. I could take
But that's
psychology
what teachers
courses all I
take.
want.
Teachers take psychology courses because
No,
they
now
have
you
to
just
deal with
being
sad children.
now you just being
okay, well,
silly.
now,
It's not now you just not say you just being
Teachers
silly
don't take
now.
children. Oh,
no, you right. You know
No.
what I mean? Hold on. Mr. Nigga, you right,
oh.
but don't forget now. Hold on, my nigga. Don't forget OJT, on the job training. Reading some out of a book and learning, getting a degree is something
yeah.
totally different when you're on the job and you're dealing with kids. That's why a lot of times with our black kids got put in situation or got suspended because a different culture couldn't understand them. Now we at the point where our own culture can't figure us out. That's what I'm saying. You got to remember, like, that's what we're trying. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
Hey,
Cross.
y'all go out there right now tomorrow, and I'm willing to bet you gonna see a 15, 16, 14, 13, 12-year old somewhere getting mowed down right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you know what? And you know what?
I live
Listen
in
to what I'm saying.
Chicago.
Homie, listen to what
I
I'm saying.
live in here.
And guess what? All these motherfucking black folks that's making excuses for these little motherfuckers.
No, not no more.
Yeah, it's
They,
time to
they
start
are
making
motherfuckers.
excuses because
They are motherfuckers making excuses for their little asses. But
These little
shit,
motherfuckers is demons.
yeah, they be on demon
exactly.
time.
And we sit
But
around here and act like, well, little Jokey Mo now, little Jokey Mo is a goddamn killer.
Exactly.
we throw them all away? Is that
Yeah, throw their ass with
No.
him
throw them
if
all
we
away?
could.
Get what I
No,
do.
work
Get what
with
you
them.
do. Nigga, go through the trials and tribulations.
Right.
Go through them.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
Go
And
through
let
them.
them see. And let them
Go
see.
through them. That's what
Hey,
they
man,
told me.
look,
yeah.
Get
and
what they
people, and you
told me.
know what? Somebody
Nigga, my
told me the
teacher
other,
told me I was going to the penitentiary. And guess
right,
what? I went to that motherfucker.
Right.
I went to
right.
that. And guess what? I
Hey,
still tell a motherfucker every day. Nigga, at the end of the day, we'll sit around here and still go to, man, I still go to daycare. We still go here and do this and do that
yeah,
to these kids. We still going here to be a part of these kids' life.
right,
We still doing that. But I say this and I mean this right here, homie. I don't make no excuses for nobody.
right,
I
Right, yeah,
tell my
right. No,
son the
no.
same thing.
Excuse. No, this thing is that excuses are tools of the incompetent. They build monuments of nothingness, and those who use them seldom amount to anything. Yeah, I don't believe in that
Exactly.
excuses shit,
You
man.
know, when I sit
It,
around here and I tell my son, I say, boy, if you put your motherfucking hand on anybody grown, you
yep,
best believe they gonna kick your little ass.
yep,
now, don't get me wrong. Shit, the old girl, she earned ass whooping. My thing is, did the ass, was there any other possible way the ass whooping could have been avoided in a more professional fashion? You are the
Well,
teacher.
it
You
wasn't.
are in the
It wasn't.
administrative.
We need to
You are
deal
the
with the
adult.
facts at hand. It wasn't. We can sit here in a make believe world if we want to,
Yeah, yeah.
but that ain't
We
gonna
can
get
play Woulda,
nothing
Coulda,
done.
Shoulda all day with
Yeah,
it. You
right.
right. You
exactly. If a
said that
frog had
earlier.
a glass
Yeah,
of
we can.
ass, would it jump?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sure enough. Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
you
We
right,
man.
Let's
sure
deal with
K,
I'm
but
what
you
we.
done.
got
Let's
I'm
deal
done
with
with
what
this
we got
topic.
going on.
Yeah, I'm done with this
Exactly.
topic.
no, I
Fuck
mean,
that little
no,
girl. Fuck
and
that
I
teacher.
respect what he's
Fuck all
saying,
that shit. I'm done with that whole
Like
shit.
Mr.
Yeah,
Nigga
it's
is
a lot
saying,
to deal with. So you want to give up
right,
just
It
talking
is.
about it. Imagine trying to work and fixing all
Woo!
this shit. You want to
Yeah,
give
yeah,
up, and we
yeah.
ain't even did
Or
nothing.
even,
Nah, this real life.
or even as a substitute, going to work, you're not planning on getting
God
your ass
damn.
whooped.
These
On a
substitutes be getting
substitute
their
on
Yeah.
ass
the pay.
whooped.
See, going out in life, you're not. You just catch a random ass whooping in life. You're not necessarily
But
going.
now, I'm gonna give y'all another scenario. We got somebody just came in. Hey, how you doing now?
Salute, salute,
Salute,
Hello.
brother. That's your
salute,
sister.
I want to
salute,
chime
Queen.
in real quick on a teacher topic.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So my mom, she a school teacher. She been teaching since I was like 6 years old. So I just want to agree with the fact that teachers really do go through a lot, and it surpasses teaching. Like I done seen my mama buy clothes for children, bring children
Right.
home, have to meet certain children early before the other kids get there to wash their face, brush their teeth,
Yep.
make sure they got clean underwear on, make sure they got
Yep.
clean, you know, be a whole parent, like do stuff that I didn't. It's been situations where kids then came and spent the night at our house because they talking about their mama ain't been home in 3 days. They ain't seen their mama. They
Right.
been at home by themselves with their brothers and sisters. So teachers really do go through a lot, and they do way more past. They doing way more than teaching. It's so much going on at home and in these kids' lives that they can't even focus on teaching.
Facts. So my question to you, Queen, on that situation, how would you feel if knowing that all that stuff your mama did and your mama trying to talk to her, and then what would your mama do? Or I know that your mama probably would have restrained herself, but at a certain point, do you think your mama would have reacted or would have defended herself?
Definitely, because I know my mama. She definitely would have defended herself. She may not have went to that extreme, but if she felt like her life was in danger, she definitely would have defended herself.
No, I
Exactly.
respect that.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
reasonable. Reasonable.
These parents
Because
need to
one
be
Because
held
thing,
accountable
my
for
mom
real.
had she my mom has gotten into it with parents, and my mama see that teacher that's gonna leave a mark on you, and she has gotten into it with parents because she's had to tell parents like from 8 to 3 o'clock, this my child, this my show. Because if anything pop off, I got to be the one to answer to everything. So if your child not doing what they supposed to be doing in my classroom, and you can't make sure they supposed to be doing what they supposed to be doing, then I'm gonna do it. But yeah, my mama one of them freedom rider teachers. Like it's people to this day still walk up to me like, "Yo, mama, Miss Oopsie, like, oh my God, that was the best teacher I ever had." Like she going the extra mile. Not every teacher does that, but a lot of these teachers
Right.
are. They have a lot on their plate.
So I got a
Yep.
question to ask you. You said one thing. You said she would have defended herself, but she wouldn't have went to that extreme. Explain
Well,
what,
I
like, at
well
what extreme, what cutoff level?
well, just based off of that video, knowing how my mama is, the fact that that little girl put herself in the teacher's personal space and swung on her, my mama probably would have probably done the same thing because my mom feels like
facts.
from 8 to 3, you mine. Like I run this.
Facts.
This my show. Like I'm 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 your mama from 8 to 3.
Facts, man.
Especially
Exactly.
if your mama ain't taught you not to run up on no grown person, I'm finna teach you not to run up on no grown
Facts,
person.
man.
Yep.
Tabernacle, pass the offering
So I
plate.
say so for the only
So
thing I say to that there.
if your own mama and daddy can't teach you, I'm finna show you, cause I'm for damn sure ain't finna let you do nothing to me.
I'm
Now
not
the,
gonna.
now
Exactly.
the relationship as a teacher she's speaking of is different from that situation where that substitute teacher
You
had
don't know if
with
it's
that student.
different because you don't know what
How,
that
she
teacher
just
do
said
for
she
those
basically a
kids.
mother to them kids, that she feed them kids and stuff.
All
How's
teachers
that
are
different
damn
than
near mothers
substitute?
to kids.
She just we
They're
talking about a
raising these
substitute
kids. What are you
teacher.
talking about? They
We talk
raising
about a
these kids.
substitute teacher. That woman was a substitute teacher. She
Man,
wasn't that
those
regular
substitute
teacher.
teachers get worse, and some of those substitute teachers be teaching the whole year. Because I've had substitute teachers who have to
So,
fill in for the whole year for
so
weeks.
you would say that that child would have the same relationship with that substitute teacher that she would have with a teacher like this
Yes,
lady's talking
yes.
about,
I
You
was
know
in
what?
school, and I remember when I was in school. Yes, they would,
But you
a
know the
because
crazy
some
stranger,
of
part
them would
about
be
it.
around for a long
a
time.
stranger, a strange teacher,
It's not
than
no.
the
It
te-
But you
don't. It
versus the
gotta
doesn't
ask
teacher that they
matter.
yourself,
It's
know.
Mr. Nigga, I
respect.
wanna ask you
Period.
this. Mr. Nigga, I wanna ask you this. Why would that child, knowing that they don't know that person, be that disrespectful then?
They, that's the point I'm trying to make here. The teacher that she's talking about has a relationship with the student. It wouldn't have escalated to that
It
point.
doesn't matter. It's an adult. You supposed to show
Why doesn't it
respect.
matter
Period.
that it
It
wouldn't have
doesn't matter.
escalated to
It
that
doesn't
point?
matter who it is. That's a teacher. You show
Homie,
respect.
The
Period.
point
hey,
So
is not having to
I don't even
escalate
know
to the
why we
point of an
even keep
altercation.
answering your questions, because that doesn't make any sense. If you a child and you have an adult in front of you, you have to show respect. When I'm at work and my managers tell me something, I show respect. You show respect to authority. Period. It doesn't matter who it is.
Do children deserve respect?
Yes,
they,
children
he get
deserve respect,
respect.
and they got respect.
So
Shit,
what
And
they
should
get
how should
respect.
a child react if a child feels disrespected?
sit their ass down, give the phone and sit their ass down.
They should
We
reach
all
out
been
to
in
their
school
parent
before.
and let their parent handle it.
Exactly. You act like you ain't never been in school, like you ain't never been a child before. You supposed to be respectful.
Can
Period.
all
Point blank.
children be? I'm
It's
just
no
asking
questions
questions.
asked. Because if this was
I'm
my
just asking.
child, it
If you
ain't no
don't answer the
questions
question,
asked.
that's fine. That's fine. I can't force
But
you to answer no question.
I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say this. Y'all act like substitute teachers don't get treated the worst.
They get
Y'all
treated the
I
worst.
believe
That's
they
what
y'all
I'm
get.
act
I
like
saying.
they
believe they
They
don't.
do.
get
That's
I
what I
dogged
was
remember what
out.
they
saying.
did.
That's why I
They
said
I
get
you
remember
like
how
treated the
they
bad we
don't
treated
worst.
our
know.
substitute teachers.
But you
Exactly.
know that we all know that when substitute teachers came back in the days, we used to act up, but you don't get rolled up because you know they'll write you up. The fact that they don't know that, and that's why I asked you, Mr. Nigga, like
Yeah.
the fact she
Some
don't
niggas didn't
know
care
it. You
about
said
getting
the
rolled up.
report. You said the rapport that she had with her regular teacher. The fact that
Right.
she don't know this teacher and the disrespect that you don't even know this person.
That's what makes it
Right.
even more scarce and scary.
And so then we talk about the exterior factors, the household factors.
That's
What's
what we
going on
talking
with that
about.
child?
That's why these
But
parents need to be held accountable for the way their children act. Because your children should know how to act to adults. If you feel like it's something wrong, you need to tell your parent. You're not supposed to handle that. It's no questions about it. I'm not gonna sit down with my child and answer and be like, oh, this, oh, that. Is no questions asked.
Yeah, and
That's
matter
not
of
how
fact,
you
my
act.
mom had a situation with a parent. Like I said, they always end up coming around. The student said something smart to her, something, and I think my mom said something smart. Like, is this that she was talking to a person on the street? Just said something back fly, and the the student went and told the parent. So the parent was like, why would you say this to a child? Like, this a child. Like, why would you say this to a child? And my mom was like, why would your child say this to a grown ass person? I'm grown,
You
and
goddamn right.
you got to
Exactly.
respect.
Facts,
You have to
facts,
respect me. So as soon as
100%.
your child stepped out of a child's place
Yeah,
and disrespected me, I got on the child's. I treated the child like an adult at that point.
facts.
So
That's what I'm saying.
she has to, sometimes the way her method, she has to help some of these parents realize, like, this ain't that.
Goddamn
Right.
right.
These kids are unruly and they don't have no respect.
Facts. That's
Man,
all I'm
y'all
saying. Like,
say, man,
yeah.
I want y'all to do this. Go out there to the community and talk to these kids,
Yeah.
and then come back and talk to me. You'll see. Now, these young motherfuckers calling you, what's up? What's up, my nigga? Fuck what you talking about. They
Yeah.
Exactly.
They
man,
be like,
No
"What's up with your
respect.
old head? What's up with your old head?" You be like, "What you
no.
say? What's happening with you, my nigga?" They be like, "What's it with your gang?" You be like, "Man,
So
don't
who is you
talk to me
talking
like that."
to?
Yeah,
But
they don't have no
who
problem.
taught them how to talk? Who taught
this
them
is
how
what
to
I'm
talk?
saying. They
And
parents did.
Right.
so it goes back to, like I said, go back to our generation.
So it goes back to this. The parents is not teaching.
Right.
The community gotta teach. Everybody ain't in the community trying to Everybody ain't sitting around telling them, say, come here, man. Come here, bring your motherfucking ass here.
Right.
Say, man, don't you ever come to me like that no more.
Yep.
Don't never.
I got a question for Mr.
Don't.
Flav. When these kids, when they go sit in the courtroom and they get sentenced to prison, do those judges ask, oh, what your parents taught you? They don't ask that. There's no
Right.
questions about
That's
that.
what Mr. Charleston do.
No, that's
Mr.
what I'm
Charleston
telling
is
you.
a
You
juvenile
saying
litigation, specialist.
no. Yeah, but still, in a general sense, ain't nobody asking what their parents taught them.
Right.
Period. They still gonna they still gonna
If you're
get
in a
in trouble
situation
with.
where you're in court and you facing time, they gonna ask you about, your background and your
Yeah, but
upbringing.
it don't matter though. They still gonna give you
Why
what they
don't
gonna
they
give
keep
you.
on saying it don't matter?
They gonna send
Some
your ass
gotta
to
matter.
adult
Don't take some
prison if
gotta
they feel
matter.
like it.
Everything
Yeah.
can't not matter.
I'm gonna stop addressing you, Mr. Flav, because now I feel
I'm
like you
sure it's
just
a lot
saying
of people in
anything
jail with life
because you're not making no
sentences.
sense.
uh,
That was my last question for you
uh,
until you start talking some sense.
Come on, Short K. Don't do that shit to me, Short K.
No, because he's not making no sense. These kids need to learn accountability. Period. You gonna
Nah,
keep
you
shifting the
shit.
but
blame to
they
the parents?
kids still
Yeah,
though.
they need to share it equally. These
You,
kids have a brain. They know what they doing.
how much
Man,
When the
accountability
last
can
time
you
you been
expect
around
from
one
a
of these
kid?
kids? They know what the hell they doing.
How much accountability can you expect from a kid?
a whole
And
lot.
they gonna have to learn
Right.
somewhere. Either they gonna learn now or they gonna learn
Oh
when they get to
man.
prison. Period. Or when they
Yeah, that's
dead.
why I always say I
Which
tell
one
my
you
kids
pick?
that shit. Now I
Would you
tell my
rather them
kids
learn
that
So
now?
shit.
now
I
y'all
say,
wonder why
Cloud
they, hey,
said
what's
this.
up on here? What up, my nigga? Yeah, they got it.
I'd
Shit,
rather
y'all
them
giving
learn
them
right now
kids
before they
adult
get to prison or
accountability
before they be under
as
the
children.
ground.
Man, we
Period.
teaching them to stay in the child's place.
Exactly. Because if you
Mhm.
don't
facts.
teach them now, guess where they gonna be at?
Uh,
Cause
Shit.
get what? That law don't give a that law when that law catch you.
No.
I got my ass whooping. I still went to jail. I still got in trouble. I still did
You ain't
bullshit.
yeah,
Yeah,
but you still here
but
living
Mr. Lee,
too.
you gotta remember it's
And I
different
was
now.
smart, I
The
thought.
consequences is 10 times more worse. So we can't just say it like that because that's what Dewberry said. That's why he said go out there and check the schools. I give you an example. I had when I was in the cafeteria, monitoring the cafeteria, little girl got up. She's 13 years old. She get up. She's in the 6th grade, 13 years old. A vibrator fall out. What do you tell a little girl? First, you got to ask her where she get it. Did she steal it from somebody,
And
or
do
did
she
some,
know what it
or did
is
an
and what
adult?
it's used for?
Right.
Yeah.
Or if adult gave it to her. So now you're asking all these questions. That's what I'm telling you, like Dewberry is saying. And I didn't know that till that one day I tell Dewberry that video he did when he went up to the school with that kid. I was like, damn, kids, oh, that's gotta be just like one black kid. But when I go to the school, we gotta stop saying black and white. It's all kids because they all interact with each other. They're taking from each other of the culture. So what do I do? I'm a man. I see that. What do I do? I'm blown away because damn, somebody done violated this little girl for her to get to this point. And she don't know no better. She looking at us like it's nothing wrong with that. Now we got to remember that's in her home. That's why we
Right.
keep saying the home is fucked up.
Right. So we expect these children that go through these situations to have respect for adults when adults do the things that they do to them.
But
Man, Mr.
we
Lee, I
have to
think
be
you just saying something now.
I told you he just saying anything. We need to
I think
stop
you
I
just
mean,
saying
think
responding.
something
about it
now.
though.
Nah,
Okay,
you just saying
if
anything.
the person that they supposed to love or care for them is molesting them or mistreating them, and that's disrespectful, and it just by nature. You think they supposed to go out and see another adult and have some higher level of respect for them when they can't even have muster up the respect for the person in which they live with.
Man, listen, homie. If they doing that at that house, that mean that that's going on at
right.
home, my nigga. When they
That's right.
leave out of there, 90% of the time, if you work with kids, you have realized this, homie. Them kids that's getting done like that at home, when they leave out and they meet another another parent, a father figure, or somebody else, 90% of the time they really want to be up under you. They really
Yep.
want to be there with you because
Yep.
you showing them the love,
Right,
homie. You
right,
showing them that love
You
that
they
they
right.
safe
not getting at
place.
home. That's how you can be able to
So
dissect what's
why
going
turn
on
around and
because
bite the hand that feeds you?
come on, homie.
What-
So So that's why I know what's going on. These kids will sit up under you. They don't never want to leave. They want to sit right there. You be like, and you can
Fact.
tell that they don't want to go home. You can
That's
tell they
real
don't want to
shit.
go home. Come on, homie. We see this shit. And when you see that shit, you gotta try to. You can't just go and say, man, what's going on in this house?
No,
Right.
But
nowhere.
you knowing in your mind, something ain't right in this
Right,
motherfucker, man.
Right.
Something
That's
ain't
real.
right in this motherfucking house.
Yep.
right. And
That's
see,
real shit. And that's what people don't understand. Like, I give you an example. Like the one woman I had on my podcast, I did an interview with her. She's a school teacher. She deal with in school suspension kids. Do you know I go there every other day and I see the same kids there? I asked the one girl, why do you come here? You know what she told me? She said, because she always yell at me. I like it here. I said, but you can't be here because that's closer to jail. So they didn't understand it all. Like Dubear said, they just want to be under somebody for somebody to tell them they doing right or wrong. That's what they really want. I'm doing wrong. Not necessarily cuss them out, but you got to be able to do that. The problem is, like with that girl in that video, was nobody told her she was ever wrong. And they took that one woman that said, hey, you can't have your video, can't have your phone. That's wrong. And that's why she got mad. She didn't get mad because the woman put her in a situation, or the woman defended herself because she told her she was wrong. Period.
You know what?
Exactly.
So you know what though? This real talk. And I'm gonna say this real quick. This what I hope. I hope that little girl looking at all this YouTube. I hope that little girl looking at TV. And I'm hoping that little girl realized that I made a fool of myself. I'm hoping that this can change that whole little girl perception of life.
Fact.
sooner or later.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm
Yeah,
hoping that the mama sit her down and say, look at what you did. You all over the internet. Look,
yep.
look, you made a fool of yourself this time, girl.
I hope so too. You're right, dude. I
Yeah,
hope
because
so.
one
And
thing
drug that lady
I
into
would
that,
never,
that
I would
teacher.
never not say that that kid did not make no mistake by doing what that kid did. Uh, my only thing, my thing was there any other type of alternate solution that could have been done? But I
Maybe
guess
it
it was
could
in
have,
the
but
heat of the
it's too
moment.
late for that
Yeah,
though.
coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's too late for that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We can't
that's the
keep
problem.
going back
It
to
was
what
just
could have
debate.
possibly
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
We could sit
yeah.
here
But
and
look,
spin 1,000 different possibilities.
Well, that's just like,
Mm.
um,
and I know Mr. Nigga, he pretty understand how processes go. It should have, like, and like he would say, it should have been preventative measures as far as parental guidance should have been involved. That's the problem. The problem is, again, that goes back to the old niggas you tell us, the grandmamas, everybody, granddaddy. Home training comes from home. So if they're not getting home training at home, I used to know a lot of niggas that they used to go out there, and back then when I was coming up, they used to paddle. Man, you know what? They stopped paddling back in the South because niggas was going off because their parents would come up, the same ones that got in trouble that didn't like it, said, you can't put your hands on my kid.
man,
So
you fucked up,
right, so right. So what happened was
man.
they stopped
That wasn't my
doing it.
time.
So now, remember now, just 2 years ago, they came out, people went in the uproar. They said that teachers wanted to learn how to carry their gun. They didn't like that. No, that's wrong. You shouldn't carry a gun. So if they can't carry a gun and they don't get paid that much money, they ain't even getting six figures. Man, look, man, they got to do something. They coming there to work. That woman came there just to make a quick paycheck. She didn't. She thought it was gonna be light work. Y'all do what y'all want to do, but you can't have your phones out. That girl like, fuck it. And that one teacher, that's the problem with teachers. They want to be friends. Probably that teacher and every other teacher didn't want to say shit to her, so they let her use her phone. But right is right, is wrong is wrong. Like Dewberry said the other day, and I respect what he said. He said, if everybody get a chance, go to the white school. He ain't lying. I'm telling y'all, go to the how they conduct, and it's not about a white, but it's control. It's the same shit going on. but they keep it controlled. That's the problem. It's not controlled. And they're allowing these kids because they're afraid. They really, our generation, to be honest, our generation really scared of the kids. Because we know they willing to do whatever. That's the problem.
They scary.
Listen, y'all. We've been on this motherfucker 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Yeah, we have, dog. Long goddamn time.
Yeah, fuck it.
Listen, man, we've been on here a long time. But most of all, we had a productive conversation. Now,
Yes,
what I
sir.
want to say about this conversation, man, is this here. Mr. Nigga, that's what we need. We need the other side of the story as well.
Yep,
Devil's advocate.
that's true.
Right?
That's a true. That's true.
If we sit here all the time and everybody is agreeing with every fucking thing, we're not
won't get nothing done.
You ain't get nowhere. We got an amen corner.
So therefore, we want to try to get the best out of our conversation by saying, hey, you saying what if? So therefore, man, I want to say, man, it was a great conversation today.
Yeah, salute to you, Mr. Nigga, because I like that conversation.
He
looked at it.
Started giving me an end.
Yeah, you looked at it from a different perspective, and I respect that because you encountered and you put in your trauma when you was young and equated with everything. So I respect that.
Man, you kill a kid's spirit, man. You really, I mean, and it manifests itself in like small ways later on in life. You don't realize where certain shit come from that you do and the way that you are, but you can trace it back to that shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's why that kid gonna remember that day. You know, even if she thought she was being bad, you know, that being put in that child's place. Yeah, the child's place, it ain't no happy place all the time. But yeah, I digress. We had a constructive conversation, and I appreciate it, man. I'm glad I'm gonna be working till I get off. I'm working from 7 to 7, and a lot of days I'm be off, so I'll be available. I check in with y'all folks, man. Always.
Already, man. So with that being said, hey, Short Cake, appreciate you for coming on. You already know it. Hey, Cross, appreciate you, bro.
Nigga, you ain't gotta say shit to me, nigga. You already know what's happening. You already know, my nigga.
We had some new people to come on today. So I want to say this here. Appreciate y'all for coming on, man, with love, man. Say, man, we gonna keep having good conversations, man. Stay out. But it's all I want to tell anybody that come over here. Keep your feelings at home when you come over here. Keep your feelings at home. And let's have good quality conversation. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna get at y'all, man. Guess what? I'm out.
My nigga. Salute. Peace.
Salute.